Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, people. Hello and welcome to Rivals Rumble, people. On Thursday evening, lots to talk about today. Hit that like button if you're watching this now, and if you're watching this in the replay, hit that like button. Fire, absolutely fire panel for you today. But first and foremost, we welcome someone who hasn't been here for a while, of course, which is Canopy from Tunnel TV is here. Big up Canopy for being here. Appreciate you, my guy, for being here. Welcome. Long here, time no see.
Yeah, it's good to be here, man. It's good to be here. It's always a pleasure, Mo. I love your channel. Always a big fan of what you're doing, and I appreciate it. And more grease to your elbow, man. Very proud of you, man. Very, very proud of you, my brother.
Only the OGs will know Canopy when he was here when the channels began. He just got busy with Tunnel TV, of course. And Matchday Guru V is here representing Arsenal. Is that your debut on the channel? Of course, V, big up V for people that know him from Sad's Football Corner, of course. But also, we got the OGs of the Rivals Rumble, of course. Ahmed, look at the smile on his face, bro. Both Ahmeds, bro. I just have to be honest. The two guys that you see on streams that you always smile is these two Ahmeds guys, bro. Doesn't matter if their team win, lose. Alhamdulillah, may God always bless you with that smile, people. Look at Mike Dance. His team won. He's upset already, bro. It's unbelievable, bro. Why? That's like what, bro? That's upset. For some reason, Will is always smiling as well, but it's all right. It's okay. Where do we start?
There was no way that that's Mike Dass's photo on this thumbnail. I'm just saying.
Hey, that was during the beard era. The beard's gone, but I haven't updated my.
We need a new picture. We need a new picture.
You look like 30 years older than you look right now, man.
He's hibernated in that era, man. He's hibernated.
That is like what, like 25, 26 years old in that picture.
He look older than me in that thumbnail, bro.
A little older?
Tiny bit older.
Tiny bit, but not 45.
No,
Not
hell
on
no.
that picture, 45.
I'm not even 30.
All right. Big up everybody that joined us, of course, from the football terrace. Make sure to hit that like button, people. We're talking about Spurs or Chelsea to win a trophy. First, Ange Postecoglou succeeding in his first season. Kulusevski being one of the best players in the league at the current moment. Second topic is going to be Gyokeres, because absolutely already Amorim is setting his eyes on Gyokeres. Would the guy choose Arsenal over Man United or Man United over Arsenal? Or Chelsea as well are in the race, but Chelsea are a different story. And also, Mike Das presented a very, very good argument before we start the show. He literally said, how is Nwaneri playing against... Can you just repeat the question? Because actually...
How is Nwaneri masterclassing against Preston North End supposed to make it so that the Arsenal midfield will beat Newcastle?
Fantastic.
That's a good question.
Oh, fantastic. Guys, we're already starting. There's almost 400 people in the house. Hit that like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. Actually, I want to start with Spurs, all right? I asked Jacob the other day a question. I said, what is the point of Tottenham Hotspur at the football club? And I actually mean it. It's a real question. It's not a banter question. The problem, it is why I assess Tottenham Hotspur. You haven't won a trophy in a long time. The last one was Juan de Ramos in 16 years or something like that. You're not a feeder club, so you don't give your best players to the other teams, like, for example, Brighton. You challenge for top 4, you come close and everything, but you're not there yet. And if Ange Postecoglou doesn't succeed, really, what is the point? And I'm really waiting for an answer.
Yeah,
Before we go on to the game
point
yesterday.
Of Tottenham Hotspur is to offer the best concert venue in London.
Okay.
Well, I think
Lady Gaga and who was there just recently?
It's a very good stadium. It's a very good venue, to be honest. That's absolutely. It's actually very good.
Whiskey was there.
Whiskey,
Repping
man.
Yeah,
There you go. And then,
whiskey,
you have
baby.
also too. It's the home of the NFL in the UK. And
All right, yeah. Here we go.
I think some of the criticism on Spurs this season has been a little bit overblown, because I don't think that 13 points accurately represents what they've done. They have 2 goals less than Manchester City. They have 1 goal more than Liverpool. They've conceded the same amount as Arsenal. 2 of their defeats came against difficult opponents, one of which was Arsenal, who no one expects them to beat, and it was only 1-0. The other one was to Newcastle, and it was 2-1. They lose to Crystal Palace 1-0, and all of a sudden, everyone is like, Ange out. We're a terrible team. We're awful. We're not doing
Brighton as well.
Yeah, but Brighton have not been that poor this season. Yes, they did blow a 2-goal lead. That's not very excusable. But I don't think that Ange is the problem. It's the players. The game against City yesterday just it emphasizes the point. Timo Werner should have had a hat trick. Richarlison should have put that in the back of the net. Kulusevski should have served it. Literally, Tottenham should have scored 7 goals in that game. But their players are that poor.
7 goals against City is crazy. What's fine?
I know that, but just look at how clear the chances were. And to be honest with you, like, they do this a lot, right? They do it week over week. They blow games by themselves. They beat themselves because of their lack of quality on the pitch. I don't think that Ange is the problem, because like I just said, look at the table. We're only 9 games in. That's like 23% of the way through the season. They're 4 points off Chelsea, which Chelsea sit in 5th. And I would imagine Tottenham being a team that's competing for 5th place, because I don't believe in top 4 anymore, because the top 3 are essentially taken. So you're really only fighting for 4th place and 5th place and hoping that 5th place also gets Champions League. So, this criticism on Tottenham to me is like, it's unwarranted. And if anything,
you think it's overblown?
Yeah, 100%. It's all banter. I agree.
Okay, let me ask you something then. Well, okay, so Mike did all of this monologue defending Tottenham Hotspur. Fine. Let me ask you something, well, straight. Who's closer to win the trophy? Spurs, Man United, or Chelsea?
Man United is way down there. They're not even in the conversation.
Say it again, by the
who's
way.
gonna be winning a trophy.
Just won a trophy. They just won 2 trophies back to back.
Okay.
I'm talking about now. So let Will answer. Who's closer? By the way, Man United are getting one of the best managers available. Not even available. What is Who's closer, in your opinion?
Well, I mean, since Chelsea's out of the competition, they can't win the League Cup right now, can they? So I guess Tottenham's a little bit closer. Simply the fact that we're still in 2 competitions and they're only in 1.
We're in 2 competitions too, though. We're in the
So we're in
League.
3
You're also-
competitions. You
you're
guys are in
also
2.
you're
There you
also
go.
at
We're
the
also
top.
undefeated in the Europa League.
Exactly. You're at the top of the Europa League. So
We're at the top of the Conference League too. So, like, hey,
Oh,
you know
don't go
what
there,
I
Ahmed.
mean? Tomato,
Don't go
tomatoes,
there,
tomato,
Ahmed.
tomatoes.
Okay,
No,
West
no,
Ham.
I'm trolling, sir. I'm just trolling.
Okay,
I'm
West
trolling.
Ham.
you're gonna
Yeah.
pull a West exactly.
Yeah.
Yo.
But like, you know, but like, I feel like if you do ask the question, like, who's next to closest to win a title, I mean, I feel like I've got the Conference League already in the bag. So therefore, like, unless we're not counting the Conference League,
I
as a
don't
cup,
count the Conference League.
So therefore,
Do you know why I
what I mean?
asked this question? Do you know why I asked this question? Because every Chelsea fan that I speak to literally puts Spurs out of the equation completely in terms of like challenging, in terms of like doing anything. And they say because of the owners, they say because of this, because of that. But every single Chelsea fan put Spurs out of the, like, they're not even, like, they'll put Man United to go back to the top before Spurs go back. Who's a better manager, Amorim or Ange?
Bro, comparing Tottenham to United is a flipping disgrace, by the way. Like, bro, Tottenham are never going to win anything in it. So, like I
No, but
said,
you know
we can
the
beat in the
issue-
slumps. Listen, Ahmed, one sec here. Listen, we can beat in the slumps here, but we'll always win a trophy regardless. With Tottenham, yeah, they're just happy to be there. They play good football, which is nice, but at the end of the day, it's not going to lead them to anything, innit? So they can.
Until it
So
does.
yeah,
Why?
man.
Until it does.
That's
I
what I'm
think the
wondering.
issue
I'm
is-
wondering where the Chelsea is
Bro,
coming
by the time Tottenham,
Ahmed
Tottenham,
Chest?
It's
I'm
led us to
wondering where the
Champions League
Tottenham chest
final.
is coming from. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way Tottenham is going to win a trophy. Like, what's happening here? What are you guys talking about?
Brendan Johnson.
Can you talk
purple
about
patch is
them
not
trying to
Newcastle.
qualify for Europe or something? I don't know about trophies.
Crazy.
You know what the issue is with Tottenham? Yeah, I feel like we've said a lot of times that Tottenham have got a good manager, they've got a good team, they've almost sometimes they almost get there, but like I feel like they just have a history of being nearly men. Like until they can break that curse and they can show it to us, I don't think people are going to be willing to believe that because their history as of currently or their record as of previous shows otherwise. That's I think
Well,
the problem with Spurs.
I agree
would
with that.
say.
I agree with that 100%. We've been nearly men for almost a decade, right? And
For
and that
all,
all
for
comes
all
down to
eternity.
Daniel
What's a
Levy
decade?
for the most part,
The fuck is a
because we
decade?
should have won a trophy 4 or 5 years ago, but we fired our manager the week before.
You guys
the
fired
final.
the greatest manager because he wanted to win a trophy, Mourinho. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that's
Come
what I'm
on,
saying.
man.
Like you're not gonna get me to cope that out. That's all. That's what we do. That's what Daniel Levy does. And so,
Okay, realistically speaking, do you believe Ange can win you a trophy and can break this
I think
cycle?
Ange's tactics are good enough to get us there or thereabouts. But in the end, something's going to happen where Daniel Levy decides to stick his foot in there and
You have
screw it up.
zilch trust in your team, bro. I'm like,
No,
but
I have
hold
trust
on,
in the
Mo,
team.
Mo,
I don't
the-
have trust in the owner.
I don't think again, I think that Ange is collateral damage here. He's not
Exactly.
the problem. He's not the
100%.
problem he's not the problem at this football club. It's the players. I don't know the whole backroom. I don't know who is in charge of buying players. I don't know how the whole sporting director thing works. I don't know who bought Timo Werner. I don't know who bought Richarlison. But ultimately, it comes down to having those players who miss chance after chance after chance. That's not on Ange. I mean, how many chances did you guys have against Crystal Palace? Like 20 or something like that?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I think we lead the league
Ultimately-
in shots.
Exactly.
So
Ultimately-
everyone
lot.
here rates Spurs players, huh? Like
No, no.
I'm assuming-
I
All
rate
these
the
guys
Spurs
say
manager
Ange now,
opposite
Ange
Mo.
now. Yeah,
Opposite
you
Mo.
see, okay, hold
Opposite.
on.
Who's
Hold on,
everyone?
hold on. I'm gonna tell you, like you guys said, we rate the Spurs team. Ange is this. It's the owners. So do we?
No, hold
what
on,
do
the
we rate?
wingers are horrible.
Who do we
I've been
rate?
saying, look,
I
Mo,
rate
you know
the
I
Ange
come on this
players.
show every
Ange
single week.
only.
Every time I come on this show, I say we are going to continue to dominate teams in playing football, and it's all whether we win or lose. It's going to come down to whether we're able to finish our chances or not, and that's what every game has been. Every game. When you look at the number of chances that we've had versus any opponent we've had way more, Arsenal included. It's a matter of whether we can finish that or whether we don't. And with Timo Werner, Brendan Johnson, and all those folks, Richarlison, even Dominic Solanke probably should have had a goal. We're not able to do anything.
Can I hear a little?
Bro,
Even
Madison?
honestly, Son has also been like a shadow of what he used to be.
Yes.
No. I'm
Hey,
not going to
man,
allow
you're
the
getting
Sun
tired.
slander because Sun's played like
Son,
3 or
even
4
in his
games
prime,
this
was
season,
always
and he's
a
got
turning
top
to
he's,
the-
he's,
player.
to
he
the
scored
moon
in
right
almost
now.
every game he's played but one. He scored or assisted in every game he's played but one.
But like again, like I think I've said that we've said this too much about Spurs. Like, you know, Ange is a good manager. I listen, if he was available on before Maresca, I would have taken Ange personally. The problem for me is that the ownership is not backing your manager accordingly. When you're getting guys like Timo Werner into the team, like
100%.
Brendan Johnson, he's starting to look good. But like beforehand, when you were buying in for that certain amount of money, big money being spent, like you're not spending in the right position and bringing the right type of players to suit the manager. You're actually just bringing him not nearly, man. Again, not good enough players in my personal.
Let's put it this way:
But
we
he
have
spent 55 million pounds on a striker.
more than that, dude.
55
Think
million, that's
about this:
backing.
we have spent on Solanke and Richarlison more than what we sold Harry Kane for, and we've gotten like a quarter of the player with 2.
You guys bought Van de Ven too, Mickey Van de Ven.
But he's
Van de
class,
Ven's an
though.
amazing
He's class. I can't lie.
Yeah, you guys have bought some decent
Do
players.
you know what the problem with Van de Ven, guys? You guys know he has a hamstring injury again, right?
Yeah.
No, but that's because the way
Oh,
Spurs
shit.
play. They never
I'll
play
take my
pragmatic
FPL.
football. So that's always going to be the case for their players. It's like when Liverpool under Klopp, again, this is not slander against Klopp. Klopp was an amazing manager.
You can slander him. It's okay.
No, I'm not, though, because I do respect him. The thing is, when you're gegenpressing like donkeys for 90 minutes, regardless of whether you're 4-0 up or 5-0 up, you're still playing the same style of football. It means the legs will go at some point. And that's how Slop.
I mean, he had hamstring issues in Germany before he came too. So
he had maybe 2 minor issues. He
had that bad injury at Chelsea. He had that really bad injury at Chelsea, bro. Yeah, he had a really bad injury at Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken. We had that big tear. I can't remember who was running against at Chelsea. I think it was Jackson or something like that. And then had that big tear. And since then, he has been having that reoccurring hamstring injury afterwards.
Yeah, even in Germany, he was out for I think 3 months.
Damn.
Before
His style of play
was it on the same hamstring though? Is it happening on the same hamstring, or is it a different one? That's the question I think you would want to ask. Because if it's happened on the same one, then that's where
I think it's always been on his right leg. I'm not 100% sure, but I'd have to look.
Okay.
But he's young enough though that, and science is getting well enough that they could probably piece him together for a while. But I don't see him having a huge amount of longevity. But even last season when he didn't miss a ton of games. And to be honest with you, Dragonson has actually been playing well this year. Like last year, he had some iffy patches, but I think he's a good backup in that spot. I haven't watched a game he's played in this season. He's played a lot in the Europa League, and he's done really well. I think we've only conceded
Did he not get a red card this season though?
Huh?
He got a red card against someone.
Yeah, he got a red card in the Conference
yeah,
League, though. But okay, like in the Conference League, that's not like significant at all. And he brought the man down. It was not his mistake anyway. But I don't think Dragosin is the solution for Spurs, just to be honest.
No.
But shifting the conversation a little bit, guys, there's over 550 of you here. You guys are moving like frauds, like not Timo Werner yesterday, to be honest, like Man City yesterday. We need the likes at least to 300. Hit the like button, people, underneath the live chat, of course. Kulusevski, you spoke a lot about Kulusevski, about how you see him this season.
So, look, I don't see how anybody could say, like, you may disagree, but I would offer the challenge to anybody on this panel to say what number 8, what box-to-box midfielder has played better in all competitions than Dejan Kulusevski this season.
Gravenberch.
He's a number 6.
Gravenberch is playing as a double pivot. He also the last 3 games.
Yes,
I would. If this was 3 games ago, as a Liverpool fan, I would agree with you. But the last 3 games, he's been at least a full point lower than what he was in the first 9 games. So, but also he's also not a box to box 8 like Kulu is. He's not driving into the opposing box ever. So
Kulusevski's playing as a kind of 10.
He's at 8-10. He does drop back. He drops. So he does. Okay. So there's the way that we play. He drops back to defend. He drives into the box more than Maddison does, and Maddison picks the ball up from deep more than Kulusevski does. But it's almost like they're both kind of like They're all modern 10s, I guess you could say, where they're more dynamic box to box, like a Conte-esque type of a 10, where they do both. They play in both roles. But he's
I would
definitely
take-
not like a 10. He's not a creative midfielder. But he's definitely playing as a box to box, in my opinion.
But this is why you guys are not good away from home, because you guys can do this
What do you mean?
at home. You guys can do this at home and feel good because you have the ball. But away from home, you guys are not good at it.
We
Because
get the
you
ball
can't
away
play-
from home too. That's a silly statement.
No, you guys are not good away from home. You
We
guys
may
are
not
good.
be winning games away from home, but we have the majority of
You guys
possession
have-
away
you
from
guys
home
have
as much as we
terrible-
do at home.
You guys have a terrible away record. You have a terrible away record. Trust me. You've only won like 4 away games in like how many games? Trust me. You guys are not good away from home. So that's a problem.
We've
that
only
you guys
played
need to
9
fix.
games this season, and if we have 4 wins, that's not a bad away record.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
but
from the start
underlying
of the
stats
year.
don't win you games well.
Who cares about
Like,
last
you need to
season, the
understand.
start of the year, the
From
calendar
the
year?
start of
That's
the
the
year
most
till now, it
stupid
has creeped
stats
into
in
your
football.
season.
In
You
the
can't
calendar
beat
year.
Crystal Palace away from home. You can't beat
Too
Newcastle away
completely.
I
from
don't
home.
do that.
You can't beat Brighton away from home. You were leading at Brighton. You lost the game. You guys don't win games away from home.
Why
That's
did we
the
lose the
problem
game?
also. At Brighton,
Because the
you
Dogie
lost-
made mistakes.
But it's
Why
still
did
away
we
from
lose
home.
The game against
It's
the
still
Palace?
away from home. It's not at home. At home, you guys are comfortable. You guys are cruising.
No, the games
But
are
away
exactly
from
the
home-
same away as they are at home. We do
Nah.
not play any differently away than we do at home.
That's the problem.
Not at all.
Yeah, maybe that's a problem.
That's the problem. You can't play that way away from home. You have to respect teams.
We can play that way away from home. We've done it before. We do it.
But
We
it's
won
not
away
working.
from home as well. It's not like we haven't
It's not
we haven't
working.
won at home.
It's not working. You play Crystal Palace, it didn't work. You play Newcastle, it didn't work. You play Brighton, it didn't work. It's not working.
Oh, Will, you taking that? Come on now.
I don't.
It's working the exact same way. We're not losing any of these away games because of the way that we play.
I think like Will said, it's more down to
How can
individual
you?
errors.
It's kind of like vague. Like you're playing a simple way away from home, you're losing the game. Done. It's over. You're losing the game. Doesn't matter if you press the team well.
We have okay.
I'm
This is
sorry,
silly.
Will.
We have
So
5
let me just-
points
let
away,
me
and we
put
have
the
4
argument.
points at
Let me
home.
put the argument.
How is our away form
Let me
worse
put
than
the
our home form?
argument out. Well, let me put the argument so you can counter the argument, right? Let me put the argument.
Okay.
You play away from home the same way you play at home. Are you collecting the points? No. Are you dominating the
Yeah.
teams? Yes. Are you creating more chances? Yeah, yes, than the opposition.
Yeah.
At the end, you're not collecting the 3 points.
We've collected
That is the
more
most
points away
important
than we
thing.
have at home.
But that doesn't make any sense because that would only be 9 points and you have 13.
Yeah.
Well, you lost to Crystal Palace and Newcastle away from home. That's what.
Brighton. You were
Did you
leading.
lose to Brighton then?
Yes, they
Yeah,
lost to
Brighton was
Brighton. They were
away.
leading
Brian was
2-0.
away, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
They were leading
And the-
2-0.
Okay, number one, well, you drew to Leicester away from home. You lost to Brighton away from home. You lost to Newcastle away from home. You lost to the last team you played, Crystal Palace away from home. If there is something, if you keep doing the same thing well, and the results are not coming, you must be doing something wrong. You must be doing something wrong. And also that paired with the last season away from home record, so that means something is not right. If someone keeps doing the same thing, it's very
Okay, so we have
simple.
9
Will.
points at home, 4
Top
points
of
away.
five.
Sorry, I was looking at the game.
Exactly, yes. Okay, so okay, don't worry about that. It's my point, Will, is that you press the teams, chance after chance, you're not converting, and then bang, 1-0, 2-1. You're losing this, you're losing that. That's a problem. And by the way, let me tell you something, Will, that is, you lost to Arsenal because of set piece. You lost to Arsenal because of set piece. You had some chances. Because Arsenal are a strong team defensively, the way you played made it look like an away game for you, where Arsenal just took their one chance from a set piece and they won the game at the end. That reflects you playing away against Crystal Palace. That makes sense because Arsenal
Right, because
are a very good team.
Hold on. It's about not being able to convert the chances that we have. If every statistic that we have is the same, home and away, right? And we're getting points at home and we're not getting away, what's the difference between the games we win and the games we don't?
You can't defend.
No.
That's
It's not
it.
about defend. We haven't conceded that
It's
many goals
about
this season. Don't do
defending.
that. Don't do that.
See,
So-
first
Don't do
things
that.
first, you
We
guys
have-
are weak
don't
at set
do that.
pieces.
You're
Wait,
lying
hold
now.
on.
Don't lie.
You
guys are-
conceded.
you guys-
Okay,
Don't lie
hold on.
on it.
Away from home in 3 games, you conceded 6 goals.
Okay.
But they've also
That's a big. Like if someone concedes 2 goals a game for 3 games, that's massive. That's
But they
especially if
have,
you're not
How
outscoring
many
the
have we
opponent.
scored?
they've conceded the same
Away
amount as
from
Arsenal.
home,
though.
you scored 3, you conceded 6, and that resulted in 9 points gone from you.
So our goal differential away from home is only 1 goal less than Arsenal. The goal difference.
Forget Arsenal. So forget
Thinking
Arsenal
about
because
Arsenal.
Arsenal have circumstances. Forget Arsenal. No, don't worry.
Arsenal
You know
has
why?
circumstances.
I'm gonna tell you why. Forget Arsenal. Because Arsenal this season at the current moment are not the measuring stick. Do you know why? Because of the amount of circumstances that we're being put at. And them playing away at Man City. And also, if you want to compare yourself to Arsenal, have Arsenal as the benchmark, that's another problem, bro. That's another problem.
is
Arsenal
that a
shouldn't
problem?
be the benchmark. Because Arsenal this season shouldn't be the benchmark. Because against Bournemouth, right? They had a player sent off. Against City, they had a player sent off, if I'm not mistaken, right? There's 2 games where they conceded 2 goals here and 2 goals. So 4 goals of the goal they conceded, they conceded.
What is your guys' point?
The point is, away from home,
Are we playing
you play
differently
the-
away from home than we are at home?
you play the same way.
Okay.
Is
So
that
if we're
good,
getting wins,
in your
so tell me
opinion?
the logic then. What is the
You aren't getting the
magical
wins.
magic of playing away and playing at home if you're playing the exact same football that causes you to win at home and lose away?
That means
What's
you're
the
doing something
magical
wrong.
logic?
You're
Tell me
doing
the
something
I
wrong.
mean,
tactics
when you go away
that don't
from
work.
home, you're not tactically right. You just go
Okay,
out
then
there
the tac-
gun ho.
okay, why are we
You
not
ju- you
tactically?
just go out there away from home gun ho. You can't do that in the
Okay.
Premier League.
Why?
You
Why
have
not?
to respect the
Why not?
opponent. Except your Man City. Except your Man City, you have to go away from home, respect the
Okay,
opponent.
why can Man
soak in
City
that
do it and we
pressure
can't? If it's
for
okay
at
for Man
least
City
10,
to do it,
15
why can't we
minutes.
do it?
Okay, listen
Hold
to the
on,
question.
answer
you don't
the
have to
Very good
meddle.
question. Can
It's
be?
the
Listen to the
mentality.
question. Very good question. Well, ask the question again. Very good
If Man
question.
City is allowed to do it and we can't, why can't we?
You can't compare yourself to Man City, bro.
Why?
They're treble winners. They've won the Premier League
Okay,
4
I'm
times.
not talking about what
You
they've
can't.
accomplished. I'm talking about them being able to play that way away from home
You're
and we
muted.
can't. Why?
Yeah,
What's the
I
reason?
just
They're
want to say
very
something. I
good
want to
team.
let
You're
me
not.
Because
let
What's
me
the reason?
Can I get this conversation, please? This is very important. Will is asking, why, if Man City can do it, why can't we?
I mean, you
I don't
can
have
do
an
it, but
Have
the
you
reality-
seen their
Hold on,
squad
no,
compared to
answer,
yours?
What's
Will?
the difference?
can
Have
someone
you
answer
seen
this
their
question?
squad compared to yours?
fear.
Exactly.
Fear.
It's the
Will,
players.
It's fear.
Yes.
Players fear Manchester City coming to their ground more than they fear any other team on the planet. Ultimately, mentally, it's going to change how the players approach the game
And
because
it's
they
the quality
understand
of
what
players
the
that they have.
Yeah, 100%. But that's the difference. You asked what the difference is. That's why Tottenham can't do the same thing that Manchester
Okay,
City
so
can because people
hold
don't
on.
fear them the same
Then
way.
we need to. Then it's not that Tottenham can't do it. It means that we don't have the quality in the front line to be able to score consistently. Because
have the
goals
players to-
conceding wise is not a problem. Go look
I
at the
think
numbers.
Yeah, but
No, I
numbers
think
of goals
Burnley
conceded
could have said
away
that
and
last
at home
year.
are
I think
almost
the issue you have,
identical.
I think the issue that you're gonna have here is the key word I like to use: execution. You don't have the players to execute whatever that tactic that you want. That's gonna make you be able to win home and away, and then cause the fear that Man City are able to have against opponents. And so again, it just comes back to the guys you have are just not good enough to do that.
Right. So then we get new
you have
guys.
to- but it's not happening. So like, if it's not happening,
No, but you say that like you can just replace the squad like this. Because
Thanos.
Yeah, we could
you
have
play,
not bought
you
Timo
play a
Werner.
good brand of football.
We
right?
could have
Well,
bought.
let me
do you know
land.
how many wingers were available this window that we could have picked up that cost less than Brennan Johnson?
The issue is that now you're stuck with Brennan Johnson and his value has diminished, which means that you can't invest more money because you won't even be able to make a profit. And if you
Same
don't
with
finish
Timo
high
Werner.
enough in the table,
We have
and
a
if you
short
don't win
squad.
enough
We could buy. We don't
competition,
have to sell to buy.
See that?
Perhaps.
I actually think Will literally directed the conversation to a place that it shouldn't be the right place. It doesn't matter what you should have done or what you could have bought. We are today into the season. You can't buy anyone now. Your manager that you like and Ahmed like and a lot of people like have a squad to work with.
I
He's
don't think you
going
should
away
dumb
from-
down the manager's tactics that
Hold
obviously
on.
produce
Let me
the
finish
best
the
stats
take,
in the
Will.
league.
Let me finish the
to
take so you can respond. Let me finish the take so you
overcome
can respond.
Poor players.
Let me finish the take and then you can respond to the take. It's a very simple thing. You have players now. Could have, should have. Yes, your owners let you down. But the facts are your manager now is playing away from home the same way because of Man City can, we can, but you're not collecting the point. So the right thing to do, in my opinion, is to change the way you play until you get the players that will allow
But
you,
you know what it
to
is,
play
though?
the same
Mo,
way.
Mo, listen to this, yeah.
Otherwise, hold
I
on,
get
listen,
to
Ahmed,
respond.
hold on.
Okay.
Otherwise, well, it's gonna be fantastic way of playing that you will come here on the channel always and say we dominated. Factually, you're right. We created chances. Factually, you are correct. You will not be wrong. But at the end, the points are not on the board. At the end of the season, you're not getting top 4 because of this. You get my point here.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't have the players.
All right, I just wanted
Yeah,
to say
hold on.
something. Yeah,
Can I
we're
get Will
Tottenham.
to respond, please? Let me, Ahmed, I'm
Go on,
gonna
go
let
on.
you talk, Ahmed.
It is
Go on.
it is a absolute fallacy that if you want to win as many games as possible and you have a winning manager who plays a specific attacking style, to say that that manager needs to dumb down his tactics because he has bad players. No, he should be coaching and getting the players to either 1, play at the level that he needs or requires, or 2, moving them on and replacing them with players that can. If the manager's tactics work, then you need to stick with the tactics because the tactics are producing the best stats in the league. And the players aren't able to continue that with consistency. So you need to find players who can do it consistency. Then you'll be winning trophies. To dumb the tactics down to dumb players is a stupid thing to do. It's not a smart thing to do. If this is a rebuild, if this is supposed to be the Postecoglou era where he's got 5 years, he's on a 5-year contract, where he's supposed to rebuild this Spurs team back to the half glory that we had under Pochettino, or better, hopefully by actually winning something, then they need to be bringing the squad up to his level, not the other way around. I'm sorry, I do not agree with this. I will never take that into consideration. The Postecoglou needs to dumb himself down to the dumb players that he has. He simply needs to get players that aren't dumb. And the problem
No one's saying you need to dumb down your tactics.
Yeah, you are. Mo literally just said that. You have to dumb
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
I didn't say dumb down.
You put it
Okay,
like
maybe
this, that's
he
fine.
said
But
that,
actually, let me explain to you. Let me give you the actual thing. If Mikel Arteta or Pep Guardiola, if he doesn't have Haaland tomorrow, should he play the same exact way without Erling Haaland?
Yes.
No.
No,
Okay, I
he
completely
doesn't.
Okay.
He changes the
I
way he
completely-
plays.
Okay,
Just
hold
did,
on.
and he lost to us
I
2-1.
completely disagree with you. That is wrong. But that's why
How
it
did
is
Manchester
wrong.
City play any differently against us in the cup than they
That's
do
why
on
it
the
is
weekend?
wrong. But that's the whole point. It is wrong because of this. If my manager, for
You
example,
just proved the
if
point.
my manager tomorrow, if Inzaghi tomorrow,
They win
have-
leagues.
okay, if
Yeah, but
my
they lost to
manager
you because they didn't change the
They've
tactics.
won more
That's what
trophies
we're
than any
talking about.
club of any of us sitting here right now in the past 10 years.
if this is
That's not
if,
true.
this is up
In
well
the past 10
if-
years, it is true.
City
No,
Jays is
bro,
crazy.
bro. Listen,
City
but
you
you
know,
Jays.
change the way you
Bro,
play. You change the way you play depending. If someone has, I'm gonna give an example, which is very simple. When you have N'Golo Kante at your team at his best, you play differently than you don't have N'Golo Kante. I
Exactly.
cannot have the same exact way of playing, but I need to get for example, Manchester United cannot get Odegaard to do what N'Golo Kante did. Inter
obviously not.
cannot have, for example, in my team, I have 5 strikers. If I have 4 injured and I have wingers, my manager should not just get a midfield and stick him up top and assume and say, yeah, it will work because this is my way of playing football. That shouldn't be the way of playing football. Yes, you should embed a way of playing, but you adapt. Havertz is different than Haaland, it's different than Jackson, it's different than Foden, it's different than KDB.
We did. We have adapted. We adapted against City yesterday. You can't tell us that that's the normal way that
Bro,
Spurs
so the
look. We
City,
had-
City players were lapping, you know, so I don't even think they cared, you know, like that when they lost.
What are you
So-
talking about? Of course.
Bro, did you
that's
see
their
the video,
copium.
by the way? when they
No,
were
no
like-
City
Yeah,
fan
City
actually
players
wants
don't
to go
give a
out of the
fuck,
cup. This is
man.
like Arsenal
No,
fans
but
last
but
season saying
on
we
a
have
real,
bigger
bro.
fish
No,
to
Will,
fry.
listen to this, Will. Yeah, even you know what it is with Tottenham. I rate your gaffer in it, but this thing about if you had better quality players. If we go back to Poch's
We
team,
had no
yeah,
problem smoking you away 3-0,
No,
did
no,
we?
no. Listen. I know you're
Did
a bit
we?
heated. Listen. One
Did
second.
we?
Let me land.
Answer
Let me
the
land.
question. We had no problem
Let me
smoking
land,
you
let me land, let me
3-0.
Listen, let me land here. We'll see who wins, by the way, against us. But like I said, when you had your best team under Pochettino, you had Lloris, you had Walker, you had Alderweireld, you had flipping Vertonghen, Daniel Rose, Moussa Dembele, Christian
Mhm.
Eriksen,
Wanyama.
Dele Alli, Harry Kane,
Wanyama before
and
his
so
knees
on.
went out. Yeah.
And you still, with the qualities of, we always talk about how well Pochettino did with that team, but bro, he underachieved with that team. How are you not winning a title with that team? How are you not winning a trophy with that team? If you couldn't win a team,
I don't know. You tell
but
me.
that's
I don't
my
know.
point. Even if you had the quality of players, you're always going to come short. That's the point that I'm making.
But Pochettino now has been found out to not be a
Poch
good
is
manager,
what
right?
now?
Chelsea sacked him after
I'm
a
talking
season.
about when Poch was at his best.
Ask Ahmed if do you think Poch is a good manager that can
Bro,
win you
Poch
titles?
right now is what? You're
No.
missing the point.
He's
missing the point.
criticism about Pochettino. is that he
Pochettino back then
horrible.
was
Hold on.
rated. Poch back then was rated.
Hold
back
on.
then.
Let's not be,
Why did he
remake
win a trophy
history.
with that team?
Because Pochettino never prioritized the cup competitions. He always rotated all 11 players,
But
never put out a first squad to win any of it.
Though, and your best time as a Tottenham fan.
No. Go look. You can look at any Spurs article, blog, stream from that time. He never took the cup competition seriously.
Yeah,
he said the cup competitions were pointless. He always focused on the league and trying to get Champions League, and he got us to a Champions League final. He
Champions League
never
final,
took
which
the
he
cup competition
bottled, by the way,
seriously.
because he benched
And that
flipping
was
more.
our biggest complaint. And in the end, is what ended up having most of the Spurs fans Poch out, was because he never took cup competition seriously.
Yeah, but that's when you peaked, though. That's when you peaked. You peaked as a club. Then that's it. That's what I'm saying. You peaked as a team. As
Under
a
the Daniel Levy area, yeah,
No, forget
that was
Levy
when
out
we
there. I'm
were most
talking about that team that you
competitive in
had,
the
like-
league.
No, but
So
that
what is your
team-
point?
My point is, that team
A
that
better
you had,
manager, if you put Conte with that squad, does he win us something? Probably. Yeah.
That's
If you put
hypothetical.
Mourinho with that squad, does he win us something? Probably. Yeah. You put
That's
Postecoglou with that
they're all
squad, does he win us
hypotheticals. I'm
something?
talking about what's actually
Probably.
happened.
Mourinho had
Pochettino's
Son
not any
and
of those
Kane in their
managers.
prime. But Mourinho had Son and Kane in their prime. That's no excuse, bro. They were in their prime when Mourinho had them. I remember when they
And
were
we had
scoring goals left, right,
dog water
center.
in the back line with Mourinho.
It
What are you
doesn't
talking
matter.
about?
That's not my fault. You guys are born to lose.
We
That's
had
it.
no fullbacks.
So when you
we had no
when you- when you-
center
had
backs.
all- arguably the
when
best
you
back
when you
line.
accept this,
But
you
can you
have
not?
peace.
But
And,
But,
Poch-
guys, but
and
before
Kane
you
and
go,
Son
Will-
scored more goals together in one season than any striker pairing ever in Premier
Yeah, but
League
where did
history.
that lead you to?
Where-
though?
the
Where
point
did
I
it
want to
lead?
make, but similarly to what's happening now, and Pochettino and Mourinho to an extent weren't backed enough to get an actual
Yeah, but them
centre-back.
two managers are
So-
like.
No, but the point I'm trying to make though is that Poch.
Mourinho was on
Don't
the
say
decline.
that Ange is best. It's better than Conte and Mourinho. Like
I
no,
didn't
Mourinho-
say
bro,
that. No,
bro,
I
Mourinho's
no,
washed.
in
no,
world
I did
football,
not
no
say.
one is gonna take you
Don't
serious.
listen- don't
Not you,
listen to Mourinho.
not you, Ahmed. He's saying he was about to say Ahmed here. That
Mourinho's
Ange is better than
Mourinho's done,
Mourinho
bro.
and Conte, bro. Ahmed
Bro,
told you.
listen,
Fair enough.
Mo.
No, but
When
the
Mou-
point I'm trying-
Not you, bro. He was about
Mourinho,
to say that,
Mourinho,
bro.
yeah. Mourinho, when he got sacked from Chelsea, even Madrid was on the decline, bro. He was never been the same. He's never been the same.
But like the point I was trying to make to you, Will, is that a similar pattern is happening where you get these really good managers, they start becoming they start reaching a point of like, oh, we're getting somewhere now, we're almost at the finishing line. But the problem is then the guy up top is like, yeah, you know what, let's keep a bit of the change now. You know what I mean? That's where I feel like the fundamental cycle is happening.
Yeah,
at
and where
Spurs.
does and why does this come down to this? It comes down to Daniel Levy. Look, I'm telling you, you switch out Daniel Levy, you could have anybody. You could have your goofy American owner. He could come in and be the owner of Tottenham
Okay,
Hotspur.
let's
and
talk about this. Would you
immediately
take the PSG
processes
owners?
change. We start competing.
Would you take the PSG owners because they spent money
Yeah.
and they still don't have a Champions
Yeah.
League? Some things are just destined not to win something, bro. That's my point.
Dude, how many cups does PSG have? Just because they
Yeah,
haven't
but,
won the
bro,
Champions
I
League.
can win that league with it being there, but I can win that league if I'm the manager of PSG. I'm talking about the Champions League, yeah. PSG have an
You
abundant
could
amount
only
of
win
money.
that league with PSG if you had the money to buy the players that they buy. PSG dominates that league because they go out and they buy. It's literally
I'm not talking
playing
about the league, I'm
FC25. That is
PSG don't care
PSG. Is
about the
going
league.
out and just picking the best players, creating your own career mode, putting them in there and doing it. But when you're
They
actually
buy
going
players
against
because their
managers,
objective, PSG, is to win the
name a
Champions
serious manager that PSG's had over the past
Carlo
5, 6,
Ancelotti.
7 years.
Unai Emery, Carlo Ancelotti, Thomas Tuchel.
Okay, and any of those players won the Champions League anywhere else besides Thomas
Thomas
Tuchel?
Tuchel won a Champions League at Chelsea.
Bro.
And do you think
I hope
that
you
was
know-
a fluke, or do you think it was
Well,
down to
you know-
Thomas
you
Tuchel
know your
being that good
football
of a manager?
But if
It was
you know your
because of him. What
football,
I'm saying
How come
is-
he couldn't repeat it?
What I'm saying, Will, what I'm saying
How
to
come he
you
got
is,
sacked to Chelsea?
what I'm saying to you is, even if you do
Wonderful.
get backed and you get loads of money and you had different owners, it's never a guarantee for you to win loads. That's
So
my
you're telling me
point.
Pep Guardiola can't win at PSG?
Pep Guardiola, the reason why he is doing what he's doing is because it's Pep. He is arguably the best manager,
Okay.
second best. What I'm saying is, you need to be at that caliber to start winning. You can't. Managers like Carlo Ancelotti and Pep and and Wenger, sorry, and Mourinho, they're all anomalies now. What I'm saying to you, yeah, a manager like Ange, he's never going to succeed. And I agree with you when it comes to the ownership. But even when you did have the best team under Pochettino, you still came short. And that was
Okay, so
Pochettino's
you're the person who rates your entire squad better than all of Tottenham Hotspur.
Our squad is better
11.
than you.
You said that on the show.
I will
We've
die
had
by
that
that. I will
debate,
die by that.
right? Yeah, you'll die by that.
100%.
And then you also say that our owner's a goofball and it's down to him to blame. So then why do you guys consistently insist on trying to blame Ange Postecoglou as if it's
I don't
his
blame
fault?
Ange. I back Ange. I think he's a good manager.
Okay,
Don't
then what are
blame
we?
Ange.
That's the whole conversation.
But my conversation isn't about Ange. You're not listening. My
The
conversation,
conversation
is
is about we should play differently away from home than we should. But every
no,
game we've
Ange should
lost
stick by his
by
principle.
one goal.
What Ange is
Hold
doing
on.
with Tottenham.
Hold on.
Listen,
Every game we've lost away, we've lost by one goal. One. Not once have we beaten by more than one goal. Not once. So it's come down to the line, and in every single one of those away games that we've lost, the only game in which we scored 2 points or scored more than 2 goals was the Brighton game. That's it. So if my argument is that when our team, when we go away, Timo Werner, who should have had a hat trick, if that's Heung-min Son, that's a hat trick all day. There's nobody who can sit here and deny that Son Heung-min doesn't put away those 3 chances that Timo Werner had, or the one that Richarlison had, playing on that left-hand side. We all know Son puts at least 2 of those 4 away, right? So in every game, the Son Heung-min hasn't played on the left-hand side, or hasn't played away, or has come off early. And we've had Timo Werner, Brennan Johnson, and all of those things. In the first 3 games of the season, first 3 or 4 games of the season, Brennan Johnson was playing like a bum, right? Everybody on this panel who does a panel regularly said that.
you
right?
don't need to be an elite manager to win a trophy, though. That's what I'm saying.
You need players who can score goals, and we only have one in that front line. One, and he's been injured for
But
half
you
the
guys
season.
spent money. It's not you guys spent money. You guys bought.
It doesn't matter if we
Richarlison for
spend money if
50
we spend it
million.
on the wrong things.
You guys bought Werner for, I don't know, 30 million. You guys bought
We didn't pay anything
Dominic
for Timo
Solanke
Werner.
for 65 million.
We didn't
Yeah,
pay
you
guys
anything for
bought-
Timo Werner.
It doesn't matter. You still recruited him. You spent 65 million for Solanke. Also, all these are all fucking excuses, my guy. All these are excuses. You can't tell me that Welbeck is doing better than your front line. You can't tell me that. It's all excuses. When
What are
you
you
spend
talking about?
£5 million on someone and he can't deliver, it's
If
an
the
excuse.
players are poor,
It
you
doesn't
think
matter.
that's
You went
Postecoglou's
out.
fault? Wait, no.
you believed
Answer
in
the
him.
question. Your
It doesn't
thing is,
matter.
we have the most chances created in the league.
It
by
doesn't
a
fucking
lot.
matter.
It's not even
You-
close.
You
So the
believed
system
in
is
someone.
creating the best
You
attacking
dropped
stats in the league.
£5
The
million
best.
on his head, and now you're giving me
So?
excuses.
No,
doesn't
Did
matter.
I
You
say
make your
we should
bed, you
buy
lie on it.
Solanke? Did I say we should
Tottenham
buy
are well
Brendan
coached.
Johnson? Did I say
No,
we should
but
buy
that's your
Timo
player.
Werner?
You have to
No.
support him.
Nah,
When
they're
everybody,
well
when we
coached.
bought Kai
what's your
Havertz, I remember
point?
when we bought Kai Havertz, everybody
Yeah,
was
he's a
laughing
bum.
at us that we bought a bum. But he scored in your
He's
house.
still a
Yeah,
bum.
last season. He scored in your house. He did an assist in your house.
He still
Every
hasn't
time.
scored half the goals that
A
Heung-min
No,
bum
Son
did
did
an
last
assist
season.
in
What
your
are you
house and
talking
scored
about?
a header in your house. So a bum did that. Well,
Your strikers,
your pretty
your
boys are not
whole
scoring goals.
front line scored less
Bro,
goals than our front
I've
line.
fucked you 3 times in your house, back to
Okay.
back,
What's your point?
in your new stadium. I can't
Your
remember the
center
last time you
backs,
beat me in
your
new
center
stadium.
backs got
In
headers on
fact,
set pieces and
it's
beat
like
us.
you built your stadium for me to fuck you in it. I'm telling you.
Wow.
That's the whole reason. That's the whole reason. So I can't remember all these
Why
all
do you want my
excuses,
stream to
man.
be
Score a goal from
All
demonetized?
these
open
all
play.
excuses,
Oh,
man.
Score
Yeah.
a goal from open play.
55 million and you're giving me excuses.
Score a
drop
goal
the
from
mic.
open play.
Drop the mic. Open play. I still beat you.
Score a goal from
I
open
still
play.
beat you.
Score
3
one from
times
open
in a
play.
row. You see my fingers? This is a hat trick. 3 times. Back to back. And I've changed my teams. Without a striker, with a striker. I've beaten you 3 times. I don't have excuses. I played Man City without
Congratulations. You didn't
Declan
beat us
Rice.
3 times.
I
What are you
played
talking
Man
about?
City without Odegaard.
In
With
the
the
last
rest
two
of it, I
seasons, in the
still got a
season,
point.
this season and
I
last season,
played
you didn't beat us 2
Liverpool
times. We
without
drew at your
Saliba.
ground
I've
last
gotten
season.
a point. I didn't make an excuse. I've
You
only
did.
lost
We
once.
drew
You're
with you
making too
2-2
many
at your own
excuses.
house last season.
Talking about you have more trophies than Man United.
We
Man
drew
United just won
2-2
2
with you
trophies
at your
back to
last
back.
season.
You haven't seen a trophy since you were a Tottenham fan. What are you talking about? And you're like 50. Man, bro, look.
Wow.
Look.
Wow.
Stop making excuses.
Apparently
Don't
you
worry
can't do
about it.
math.
Will and Canopy has the difference.
Oh, come on,
Apparently
man.
you can't do math.
You
We
haven't
won a
been talking
trophy in
to me for a year,
2008.
William. You haven't spoken to me for a year, and we're in the same WhatsApp group. Why? Because your team is shit. Because I keep fucking you over. Am I lying? So what
No,
are you giving me
You
excuses
are
there
lying.
for?
First of all, you can
Why are
ask
you
Mo.
giving
My
me excuses
WhatsApp
there
doesn't
for?
work.
We're in the group chat.
WhatsApp
Don't
doesn't
give me
work.
excuses.
Mo has to send
For
me
1 year, you
personal
haven't
links
spoken
from
to
this.
me, and we're in the same
Secondly,
WhatsApp group. You
Are
said you
you
were
going
going
to
to
keep
beat
chatting or are you
me.
going to let somebody else speak?
You've
Right
been
now,
talking
you're
all
just
the time,
rambling
giving me
like a
excuses
moron.
about your team that don't win
Canopy,
trophies.
Canopy,
Let
let him
people that win
respond.
trophies talk, please.
Canopy,
We've been talking 45 minutes about Tottenham. They don't win anything. Can we move on, please?
Is this your show?
Will, Well,
I'm on it right now, so I've taken over, my G. So what are you saying?
You've taken over like a fool.
You have taken over.
You're the clown of the show right now.
Nah, you're the clown because you haven't beaten me 3 times.
Okay, we're not gonna get this
3 times.
Please respond. Well, go ahead. Can it be? Come on.
I don't even know what the question is.
Well, the question is excuses. It's all about excuses.
It's all about excuses. Is it an excuse or is it a fact that we bought players? Do you rate Brendan Johnson?
I
Answer
don't.
the question. Yes or no? Simple answers. No 30-minute diatribes of we fucked you in your house 3 times. Right? Like,
But it's facts, though.
Let's
In fact, next time, Pornhub
you
TV show I'm
beat us 3 times
No more the
in
Premier
the last
League.
2 seasons. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Can it be?
Premier League should not be producing our games.
Can
It's
it be?
Pornhub.
Can it be?
Because this is every time I come to your
Can
stadium,
it
it's
be?
great. I'm tired,
Can it
man.
be?
He talks
Can it
too
be?
much. No, it's no trophies, bro.
You
Come
talk
on.
too much now. Can it be?
That sun over there must be super bright for you to be wearing sunglasses.
Anyway,
on the
go
screen.
ahead.
Bro,
Well,
these are
well,
not
go ahead.
these are reading glasses, bro. Reading.
my
Yeah,
God.
sure.
You can't see no more because I've beaten you too much. Your eyes all swelled up, huh?
That we literally can't see your eyes.
Stop,
That's
no,
why they look like
Okay, can
sunglasses.
we
Very
stop
funny.
now? Okay, I want to really finish this point before we move on because
Okay. Do you
Well,
rate
let's-
Brendan
let's-
Johnson? Yes or no?
no, I
No.
don't.
Do you rate Timo Werner? Yes or no?
No,
Okay. Do you rate Richarlison? Yes or no?
no.
Do you rate Dominic Solanke? A decent player, scored a couple goals
Yes,
this season.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
could come out to turn to be good. Okay.
Yes,
How many
He
games
is-
have we played this season with one of those 3 players in our front line?
every game.
Every game. How many of those players have played the majority of the minutes in the away games that you guys apparently say our form is so
Brennan
bad?
Johnson.
Yeah, every single game. How many chances did those players miss in all of those away games that we lost by 1
Tons,
goal?
Oh my
tons.
Tons.
Okay, wait, because I gotta really answer for this. Okay,
In
So
the
let-
same games, the home games that we lost, right, to Arsenal, again, by 1 goal, right? Did we or did we not have opportunities to win that game easily? If those
Can
same
it be?
players
Can it be?
had
Wait,
finished
I want to
their
hear the
chances,
point, please. Can it be? I want to hear the point.
He
did
doesn't
we
have
have the
any point.
possibility? Did we have the
Wait,
possibility
can
to
it be?
beat Arsenal at our ground too if those players had those same players had finished their chances?
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Yes.
But
It is.
those are
Yeah,
just
the point
hypotheticals.
is-
I can say
the
that
point
about
is-
This is
Fulham
hypothetical.
and West
I'm gonna
Ham
tell
last
you-
season, and we win the league.
Home.
Come
Well,
on, man.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
tell
What are
you
you
why.
doing here, bro?
Hold
Well,
on.
Well,
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna tell you. Go ahead, finish the point.
Let me finish my point.
Let's
My
move
point
on.
is that we have won a game away as well, 3-0, because in that same game, our players finished their chances. And every game that we've won by more than 2 goals. Go look it up. We've won every single game. We beat Everton 4-0. We beat Brentford 3-1. We beat United 3-0, and we beat West Ham 4-1. Every game that we've lost by 1 goal and haven't scored more than 2. What comes down to us winning, or whether it's home or away, what comes down to us winning or losing a game is in the game where we create the most chances per game per any team in the league, more than even City, is if we finish them or not. If we don't finish them, we lose. If we finish them, we win. That's all it comes down to. This is not difficult. It's not rocket science. It's very simple. If those players were consistent and had half of the conversion rate of Heung-min Son, we would be undefeated this season. Not even
Great.
we
Why is that-
wouldn't have lost a game.
Okay, how is this gonna translate into points? What you said, if the players finish. or
By
not?
bit, by. You have
Okay,
to buy
what
better
if
winners.
what if your owner doesn't?
Start up,
Then we're
start
screwed.
up.
Then we
Wait,
I
can't
can
win.
tell you lying.
Then we
Wait,
can't win.
wait, you can't win. That's the whole
Could
point.
any team,
That's the whole-
any team in the league, any of us sitting here, any of our teams win if our starters were Timo Werner and Brendan Johnson? Could any of your teams win? No.
No, I don't believe so.
So why are you
You
expecting
have
Spurs
Martinelli,
to?
man. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you that the difference is sometimes you might need to play in a different way to
Balance,
adjust to your players. That's
Doesn't
it.
matter. Those players are. It doesn't matter how we played. We could play like Conte played. We could play like Mourinho played. We could play like Poch played. We could play like Postecoglou played. With those bums in our front line, we can't win regularly. We
You know, the
just can't.
funny thing is,
So you're gonna be over. So you're gonna can it be? I
Mo,
want.
can
I
I
have
say
to move on
something?
from Spurs.
Mo, can I
have
say
to
something?
move on. It's 50.
Mo,
It's
can I
50
say
minutes.
something
We
before
have
you
3 more
move on?
topics.
Mo, please,
Yes.
before you move on. The funny thing is, this same Will said this thing last year that his teammates or his team is better than everybody in Arsenal. Now they're all bums. What happened?
But
Didn't say
yeah,
they're
but
all
he doesn't-
bums.
Now they're all bums.
Okay, look,
Now,
this is what I'm
they're all
talking about,
bummed,
dude.
right? All
If you were to
overnight,
have
they're
an
all
actual,
bummed.
honest, intellectual conversation, it would actually be a
Bro,
fun thing to be
see,
on
your
a show
problem
with
is
you.
you hate the
But
truth.
because you
Your
literally,
team
you
is
are
not good
literally
away
the
from
Kamala
home.
Harris
One at a
of the
time.
YouTube
Okay.
industry,
Kanepi,
right? You
Kanepi,
take
you
things, turn them,
okay.
twist them, and make complete stories up
Kanepi,
that
can
nobody
you
wants to
wait?
talk
Let's not
about.
make things political here, bro.
Don't
It's
mind
not,
him.
no,
What's
it's
my
don't worry.
business
It's
with
not
Kamala?
political.
Am I American?
It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
you're American. I'm not saying you're American. See, this is what I'm talking about.
It's not
You
my
don't
business.
Kanepi,
I have no
listen to what
business
people
with that.
Kanepi,
say.
Kanepi, that has nothing to do with America, not
Your
America.
team is shit. Your team is shit. Accept it and move on. You hate reality. That's your problem.
I think
hate
all this
actually
reality.
that's, you know what
Just
the
talking
problem
too
is.
much. Your
And
team is nonsense.
guys,
Move on.
I think the problem is Will is actually saying the same exact thing. He doesn't rate the players. He rates the manager. And the problem is you need better players. That's it.
I
I think that's the argument.
I don't
Not
think
all
we
the
have
players,
all.
some.
Kulusevski's been one of the best midfielders in the league this season. Fact. Okay?
Hey,
Our back four
happy
is better than
birthday.
Arsenal's back four. Fact.
Hey, and he
Right?
could not beat us
Our
3 times in a
midfield
row.
is better than a
Can
lot
you
of people's
wait?
midfields.
Kanepi,
Manchester
Kanepi, we
United's
cannot hear.
midfield.
You want a
Kanepi, we
cookie?
cannot hear.
Loser? Proud
Heung-min
loser?
Son is a
You want
better
a
player
cookie?
than most players, except for maybe Mohamed Salah in this,
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
entire panel
yeah.
of any player that's playing on this thing.
We're gonna move on from this guy.
You need to start
Yeah,
doing
The only
drug
thing
tests
I'm
before you
talking
do this
about
drink,
is
bro.
our other
Allah.
Better
players
than
in the front
Salah.
line aren't good enough. Right?
Move
That's
on,
it.
please. Move on. Move on.
That's
Move
it.
on. We need to start
Richarlison
testing
scored
people
more
on drugs
goals than
now.
any other
Move
player
on.
besides Kai Havertz
Hold
in your
on.
front line.
So
So what's your point?
okay, hold on.
You're so rattled.
Okay.
Like a
So
snake.
the problem is, okay. Anyway,
If I had
the
Gabriel
problem-
Jesus, if I had Martinelli, I'd be saying the same thing.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
Lock it
Can
off,
we
man. Lock it
stop?
off.
Keep up the good work, Ange in at will. Okay.
100% Ange.
Right.
It would be an absolute mistake to sack Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, that's what a lot of
Absolute
people say. Everyone that wants to fire Ange, I think they're wrong. Tuchel got to back-to-back Champions League finals with PSG and Chelsea. How the F was that a fluke? Not a personal attack, but listening to Will makes my ears bleed. He never said Tuchel. We're talking about Pochettino. We never mentioned Tuchel. Have you mentioned Tuchel?
Only when we were
Yeah, we
talking about
mentioned
how
Tuchel,
PSG over the
alhamdulillah.
last 5 years, what decent manager they had. You
Yeah, and I
could
named
say
you Tuchel,
Tuchel would have
Ancelotti.
been the best, but did he got it over the line with PSG, but he or didn't get it over the line with PSG, but he did with Chelsea. Okay, and is he still the manager at Chelsea? Is he doing a dynasty wherever he goes, or is he bouncing around from club to club
No.
to club? Exactly. So is he at the same? Has he replicated things like Pep Guardiola has, or that
No.
like Angelotti has, or that
No.
even Conte has, or any of those players? Has he
That's
been able to replicate leagues and trophies year after year after year after year after year in
no.
concession? No.
Okay.
Thomas
Here is
Tuchel
that.
isn't even half the
This-
manager that Mourinho was.
Yeah, all the guys you don't rate, Ange wanted and bought. That's directed to you, Will. Simple.
If you think that that's the truth, then that's excellent.
I think you don't. I think you think that it's what's his name? What's his name?
Daniel
Daniel
Levy.
Levy. Look, if you're
Daniel
given,
Levy.
if you're given a deck of cards or a hand, right? It's not like Postecoglou is sitting there and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going to turn down Rafinha and get Brendan Johnson." No, even though Rafinha was available that same window that we bought Brendan Johnson, right? You're telling me that Ange Postecoglou would rather have Brendan Johnson than Rafinha?
Bro, Rafinha will never go to Tottenham. Come on now. Do you want to kill him? He would never go to
Can
Tottenham.
I? Okay.
Rafinha,
players
to
over-
Tottenham.
we got a lot
was
of players
going
over
to
other
Spurs.
clubs.
Yeah, what Spurs? With Chelsea and Arsenal involved and Barcelona, Rafinha, Tottenham. Please,
Yeah,
please.
you haven't
Let
been
me,
able to
let
get
me
a
do the
striker in
last
5 years,
question.
my
before
guy.
that happened.
Will is why Will is deluded? Spurs back for no context with Arsenal.
I don't even,
Your back four is worse than Arsenal.
okay. Yeah, no, not even close.
You think your back four is better than Arsenal?
100%.
What?
I know it. I don't think it. I know
Oh my days. Oh my.
When I
yeah,
say
you know
people
what?
to get
It's-
drug
it's fine.
tested, you thought
It's
it was
fine. You
banter.
think what you
I
want
know.
out of
Okay.
it.
Seriously.
When I said
Look,
people
you
to
guys
get
can
drug
have all
tested,
of
they
your
said
like
it's banter and beef.
delusional
No
opinions that you
problem.
want. You can think the moon is
Hold
made
on,
of
hold on.
cheese. Show
I'm
me
gonna
numbers.
move on from Spurs.
You know
I'm
what
gonna
the
move on from
numbers
Spurs.
is?
Guys,
Show me
I've had
numbers.
this conversation many times. Please, about the back four. I'm moving on from this. I want to speak
Yeah,
about
I don't believe
Manchester
in
United.
conspiracy theories.
Yes, I want to speak about Man United. I want to speak about Chelsea and Amorim and Gyokeres going to Man United. The reports are going to Man United. Ahmed, Man United, come closer to the camera. Come closer to the camera. Talk to me about Amorim. Talk to me about fixing your club and being more attractive than Arsenal as you think that I know you are.
Mo, so you're gonna. So you know if this happens, Mo, you have to apologize to me. You have to apologize to me
What do you mean?
because you said my club. You said who's gonna join United. Who are they gonna get? They're not attractive. Blah 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 blah. But we got a guy potentially who is one of the best managers that's available right now. So I'm gonna keep it composed. I'm gonna see what he does, and then I'm gonna assess him. But like I said, this is why I said to people, yeah, no matter how shit United are, we are always going to be a big club. People are always going to talk about us, and people will always be interested. Even if we don't get this Gyokeres guy or whatever, yeah, the fact that he wants to come to United because he's not happy that Amorim is leaving speaks volumes on how massive we are. Whether we ruin players and we don't get the best out of them, that's a different story. That's on the pitch. But I'm talking as a stature of the club, yeah, we're massive. So, you know, and Ten Hag got sacked. Alhamdulillah, bro. I'm absolutely happy. You're not celebrating.
Can you put the statement out? Gyokeres next summer. There is Man United, there is Arsenal. Which club would you choose?
Of course, he's going to choose us, bro. What's he going to do with Arsenal, by the way? Be in phase 7? Come on now. 7 phases, by the way. Come on now. He's going to be in phase 7 now.
I like you, so I'm going to let that slide. I like
Listen,
you, so I'm going to let that
come
slide.
on, of course he's going to... Listen, he can go to Arsenal, yeah, but Arteta's happy with Kai Havertz. That's his number 9. So... We've already got. I'm still happy with Xerxes. I still.
Bro,
like
you have
him.
2 strikers, by the way. You have 2.
Yeah, listen, back in the day, bro, we had 4 strikers in it. So the more quality, the better in it. Yeah, none of this like.
This is not back in the days, Ahmed.
No. Listen, the more quality, the better, because I'm pretty sure Chelsea have loads of quality in the attack. Why can't we have that as well? So you know, the more quality, the better. It's a win-win for us. You know, we finally.
He's gonna feed him. He's gonna feed him. He's
Bro,
gonna feed him.
Seriously, Ahmed.
Ahmed, don't you worry, Ahmed. Ahmed, don't you worry who's going to feed them, by the way.
We spoke yesterday about this. Ahmed.
Listen, did you watch that Gotti performance? Are you going to apologize? Bro,
Listen,
Casemiro.
I can't wait for Sunday. When I destroy
Casemiro.
Sunday,
You told me Casemiro was finished, by the way.
We will be there, Ahmed. Ahmed, on Sunday, when I show you how much...
No. Listen, you know, if you lose, by the way...
Ahmed, have you listened to Al-Ahwa yesterday?
No, what did he say?
Okay. Ahmed, how many Chelsea players get into the your team?
I can do the combined 11 now.
Here,
Do you want me to do the combined 11 now?
Just tell me how many players.
Quickly, what you did
I'll
yesterday.
do it real quick. So, Onana, yeah?
Listen to this, everyone. Everyone have to listen to this.
Yeah, Onana is in. Onana's in net. De Ligt, I can put in Colwell. That's fine. I can concede in that. Or Lissandro, I don't mind. De Ligt and Colwell, because I think De Ligt's been good. Yeah, you got Dalot, Reece James, Casemiro and Kobe, and Caicedo's getting in. You've got Palmer on the right. I mean, I don't rate. I don't rate Madueke, by the way. Diallo's better than Madueke. You can have Sancho on the left. You can have Sancho. You can have Neto. That's fine. I don't rate Garnacho or Rashford. And up top, you can choose. That's fine. You can put Jackson.
Wait, Casemiro, did you just say Casemiro and who else is in
Casemiro is a quality player.
Casemiro has not been better than Caicedo.
Casemiro is that guy. Casemiro is that guy. He's that guy, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something that you don't know. Casemiro has not been better than Enzo Fernandez this season.
He is no. That proves, by the way, he's not watched any games because Casemiro has been one of our better players with Eriksen this season.
Casemiro hits 1 wonder goal, and now
it's not a wonder goal, by the way. Performances.
You know what I mean?
His performances, by the way. Yeah, Casemiro's been one of our better players.
This is
Casemiro,
crazy.
yeah, is the most
disrespectful. Well, that's why he rates all his team higher than Chelsea and Spurs and Arsenal and everyone, bro.
Way said that,
bro, I'm telling you, like, Casemiro is one of the most disrespected players in it. Like, he gets disrespected.
Bro, he can say he's disrespected, but in terms
he is disrespected because he's a quality DM.
But Ahmed, in terms of his form, his current form, yeah, compared to my 2 midfielders, is, in my personal opinion,
they can, bro. The only reason why you, bro, the only reason. No, but Ahmed, let's be honest here. Even though your guys are in form, yeah, they're playing under a better manager, cool. While the guy was playing with a 10. Casemiro, when he gets back to his best, yeah, and he is going to do that, yeah, he's going to show why he's still one of the best DMs in the world. Forget about the league. He's never been finished.
Bro, Bissouma's better than Casemiro.
No, he's not.
What the fuck, bro?
No, he's not. No, he's not. Casemiro is one of the best DMs.
He's better. Bissouma is better.
No, he's not.
Wright is better. Partey is better.
Casemiro
is better.
Lavia
is better. Caicedo is better.
No, he's not.
Bro, Baleba is better than Casemiro, bro, from Brighton.
Casemiro's left toenail is better than the whole of Declan Rice.
I think listen. All I'm gonna say in my perspective, if there's any goalkeeper, any player I'm gonna take, maybe I think Onana, great shout for me. I think Kulusevski and Dalot is a bit of a mixed option. Tomato.
That was better, I would say.
Yeah, tomato. I don't mind. Other than that, that's my squad after that, bro. Other than it's my whole squad after that, bro.
That's fine, but that's fine. You can take that. You can take that. Your team, yeah, is playing better on form. By that logic, we put the whole Chelsea team. I'm putting it as in everyone available, yeah, quality for quality.
What the fuck are you doing?
He's getting hijacked.
That was different.
He's getting
Guys,
hijacked.
we got. Can I ask anybody here? Anybody think Man United are back for real?
No, we're not back, bro.
No.
We're not
You have to wait and see, bro. You have to wait and see.
We're not
You
back.
can't
Listen,
say
Ruud
stuff.
Van Nistelrooy is still not that guy, by the way. I don't want him as being the. He's not that guy in it.
We're about to find out if it was the manager of the squad. That's all I can say.
Bro, 100%.
Very. Oh my God. Well, imagine if Sunday they still lose like 2-3 or something.
Yeah, but it doesn't
like
matter,
goal
though.
margin.
On Sunday,
Why
listen,
does it mean it doesn't matter?
No, because think
Why does
about
it
it.
mean it doesn't matter?
Ruud Van Nistelrooy is not that. No, but that
Didn't you
doesn't.
guys wank yesterday when you
Wait,
beat
wait, wait.
Leicester by 5 goals or something?
Listen.
Yes.
Ruud
Oh
Van
my God! Have you seen Man United fans yesterday? Finally, we play football. What amazing!
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God!
if Casemiro scored, if Casemiro scored that, if Declan Rice scored that Casemiro goal, you'll be wanking on a sock with that, bro. I'm telling you, it's
Well,
true.
he scored plenty of goals like
It's
that.
true.
What are you talking
It's
about?
true.
Listen,
Casemiro-
you know what's
Listen, let me tell you something. Casemiro did not put blood, sweat, and tears, yeah, to play football to be
How
compared.
do you not score
Right.
that
Listen,
goal if you're
He did
keeping
not do this,
Ahmed, yeah.
Not
Ahmed,
really.
I need to
Fantastic
know-
goal yesterday,
Ahmed,
actually.
It was a good
First
goal,
goal.
but it was
Ahmed,
you
no, the
literally
first goal,
had
the first
no
one.
one
Yeah,
near him.
goal.
Well,
Yeah.
well, the first one.
Listen, he scored a wonder goal, yeah, Fassi. And
He scored a
secondly,
wonder goal yesterday.
yeah,
the first
and
one.
Secondly,
So he's back, guys.
Yeah,
He's
I'm happy.
back.
Even
Whoa,
this-
whoa,
we got
whoa,
Real
whoa,
Madrid,
secondly,
Casemiro
secondly,
back, guys.
Ahmed, yeah, and secondly, Ahmed, you need to know this, yeah.
Have some shame.
I'm happy that you decided to be all happy and score all your goals, yeah, against Leicester. Because on Sunday, we are gonna put you to the sword. I hope you.
Bro, just make sure you have that chest in it.
I
Make
hope
sure
you
you
have
have
a great performance. Listen,
Listen,
I am not even worried. I'm not even worried.
against your leaky defense, we'll see.
9 of my players were sleeping, yesterday when you lost to Newcastle. So
No, but
listen,
you know-
I'm not worried.
No, but like I said, it's funny because they say Casemiro, oh, he's done. But when Caicedo wasn't having the best of seasons under Pochettino, plays under a different manager, now he's revitalized.
How old is Casemiro?
And Casemiro is young, by the way. He's a young. No, Caicedo's a young CDM, but Casemiro is only 32, bro. Fernandinho played till he's in his mid
Only
30s.
32.
He's only 32.
Okay.
That's not old.
Only
Since when's that old?
You see
Then
that?
But
When
you
is that
say
old as a
Son's done
CDM?
and wasted because he's old. You're
He's
so
not old.
so hypocritical, bro.
How is that old? 32 as a CDM. I don't understand. Fernandinho
Listen,
played until his.
say-
Fernandinho played when he was 37.
Bro, think about your position.
That's the exception to the rule, not the norm, dude.
Yes.
I think
It's not.
we should just be a little kind to Ahmed because for the last 2 years he's suffered in absolute silence.
And
He's
your
been
manager,
tortured.
Klopp, by the way, what did he win? One Premier
He's-
for like
he's
20
been-
Brazilian
okay,
years, bro.
Relax,
crazy.
relax.
How many-
I
That's
won a
crazy.
Champions
Your
League.
manager
I also won a
does.
Champions League.
This
You
is
haven't.
why you shouldn't help
literally-
about us.
Tell it, bro.
Bro, I'm trying to
Tell him.
Bro,
defend you.
Ahmed is
I'm trying-
alive, guys.
I'm-
Ahmed
bro,
is
it's
alive,
crazy,
bro.
man.
I'm trying to
He's back,
defend
man.
you, and you go
I'm-
straight to the sword. It's honestly it's a
And
little
I've got
bit.
time for the Scousers, by the way. Come on, I've got time for the Scousers.
Regardless, he's been suffering for 3 years. He's
nothing-
finally gone out. He's finally gone out on a date with the hottest girl in school. He's happy. He's feeling confident. It's all good. But just like all things, this feeling is going to fall.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Because-
what we call copium, by
because-
the way. Keep copium.
Because the second Amorim comes in, he's going to have to number one evaluate all the players. He's going to have to determine.
Your club wanted him, by the
He's
way.
going to have
Your club wanted
uh,
them, you know.
people
was-
at my
Let
club
him
wanted
speak.
him, but
For fuck's sake.
Amorim wanted too much control, and Edwards wasn't
Well,
going to do
is that a
that.
bad
which is
thing?
why-
You know what?
Yeah,
Let me ask Ahmed a
100%.
question. Are you okay? Do you think you're gonna win a league before Arsenal win it, Ahmed, or Chelsea?
Bro, that's a hypothetical question, bro. What kind of question is that?
Do you think you're gonna be closer to the league title than them soon?
Right now, no, because Arsenal.
Not now. Within 2 years or
Bro,
something.
the manager's not coming. I need to see first. I have to analyze.
So you don't know the manager yet.
I don't know anything about Amorim. I need to see.
Mm.
I need to assess him.
then.
But I'm not going to pretend like
Which is
Liverpool did-
proving my point. He's
No,
he's
but
gone on
the
a
thing-
date with the hottest girl in school, but he doesn't know her yet, right? And no one can tell what the future could be. She could be a toxic bitch. We have no idea. But
Yeah, but that's what
ultimately,
you're
it's
hoping, though, innit?
better.
That's what you're
Ultimately, it's better who you were. It's better than who you were dating, at least on the outside, which is fine. I'm happy for you.
You can up.
You don't have to suffer any longer, but you don't know what the story entails. Is the only point that I'm trying to make. You have no idea what kind of work is going to be necessary. You have no idea how long this is going to take, and ultimately, your fan base isn't exactly the most patient fan base on the planet. So
No, they wanted Ten Hag to stay. What are you talking?
Bro,
What-
we don't even know, Ahmed, yet if your fan base is going to be willing to accept the back three. You know what I mean? These guys might
Bro,
even not like
listen,
seeing
I
the
don't
back
give
three,
two.
bro. You
I
know what
don't
I
give two
mean?
stoobies about my fan base, by the way. They can cry in alcohol, bro. I'm telling you, they can cry in
Listen,
alcohol.
they can cry in
Don't get
alcohol,
me
but if they don't want the manager and he's gone, that means
Listen.
your gaffer's gone.
Bro, it doesn't matter, by the way. You can throw all that pessimistic to me, by the way. The guy's not even landed in Manchester and he's got half the fan base and strings, bro. I'm telling you. He's not even landed, by the way. Let the guy land first and we'll see what he does in it. Last time I checked, yeah.
Your fans here were
Liverpool.
cooking. But before you
Listen,
go, Ahmed,
listen.
yeah, let me finish my point, please, yeah. You fans here were saying no to Tuchel because he plays back.
I
three.
didn't want Tuchel. I'm happy we didn't get him.
No, your fans were saying no to Tuchel because he plays back three, but now you got Amorim. Oh yeah, back three.
No, Amorim's football is completely different to Tuchel.
That's
Completely
what I'm
different.
saying.
Just because it's
That's all I have to say.
Tuchel plays a
But
complete.
don't compare this guy to Arne Slot. Like
Bro.
it almost sounds like you're trying to compare this guy to Arne Slot.
Who's comparing him to who?
You.
When did Slot even
It
come
was
out of
like
my mouth?
it was like it was about ready to come out of your mouth before Ahmed.
Did Slot even come out of my mouth?
Are you
I didn't mention
comparing?
Slot.
Are you comparing him to Arne Slot?
I didn't compare him to Slot.
You started to talk about Liverpool.
Because I'm talking to him because he's a Scouser. I didn't even mention Slot.
I'm not a Scouser. I'm from New York. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but Liverpool is Liverpool. Like I said, yeah, the
Oh,
guy's not
boy.
even landed yet. He's not even landed. Your club wanted him. He was actually ranked higher, yeah, than Slot in terms of like the targets in it. And
Ranking
even
don't mean
reports are
shit.
coming out, yeah, that Man City wanted this guy ahead of Pep, and he's like, nah, I don't want to wait for Man City. I'm gonna take United. So there's your answer, Mo. City wanted him.
He's gone to United.
Everyone
Bro,
wants
United are
everyone.
massive.
He's gone to United.
The reason
United
why
are
manager in the
Amorim
world,
didn't
guys.
come to
He's
Liverpool
the
has
best
been
manager in the
publicly
world.
addressed. The reason
No,
why he
because
didn't
the
come
thing
to
is, yeah,
Liverpool
you can't
was
tell me,
publicly
yeah,
addressed.
you cannot tell me that Arteta, yeah, who's not managed a club before Arsenal, you can give him 75 million years and he gets it right, lays the foundation. But with Amorim, we're going to write him off straight away. No one knew who Slot was. No one knew who Maresca was.
No one's writing him off.
No one writing him.
Nobody
Amorim's a
wrote-
good
I'm
manager.
talking in
thing is,
general.
yeah,
I'm talking in general. We don't know who. We don't know. He's not even landed yet. He's not even had the pre-season. So we have to see.
This idea he didn't want to go to Man City and not wait here is bollocks, because if any logical manager here had you're gonna come into after Pep with all of those players, they would know. There's no way they would be going. Yeah, let me go to Man United. Let me go to Man United over Man City. That is just zero logic.
So tell me what I'm.
You know they
supposed
did this
to
for
expect.
Lenny Euro, bro.
Yeah, so tell
Bro.
me what I'm supposed to
Yes,
expect.
I
Am I
You
supposed
guys know that
to
they did this
expect-
for Lenny Euro. You know, like they said that Lenny
wait.
Euro chose us over Real Madrid.
No,
Yes.
I want.
We still
No,
got
I
Euro.
mean,
No one
They did for
expects.
him.
Ahmed to tell me what I should
you know,
expect with this
Liverpool
new
tried to get
manager
Euro
from
and they backed
Manchester
away when they
United.
saw Madrid. They backed
Tell
away.
us what we should expect. Did we expect you guys to automatically start winning games now? Are you going to contend for top four?
My
Like, what is
expectation is
Manchester United going to do this
I'm not-
season with his manager? What should I expect?
My expectation with this new guy when he comes in and he gets a pre-season is that you see the impact.
No,
that
this
Maresca-
season. What should we expect this season? That's the question.
Europa League, win the Europa League and get top four. That's my expectation.
Do you expect him to finish higher than Chelsea and Aston Villa?
No
Hold on.
way.
Clip it.
Hold on,
Ain't
what?
no
Clip
way
it.
he said that. Wallahi.
Win the Europa League,
Clip it.
100%. Win the
Hold
Europa
on.
League.
No, I'm
What
not
did
even
you
talking about
say?
the Europa League.
Win the Europa League and get top four is what he said.
Yeah. What's wrong with
Just for
that?
people that don't know.
What's wrong with that?
Okay.
What's wrong with that? What do you want me to say? Oh, let's get relegated and go championship.
No.
No.
What your actual realistic
be realistic.
expectations are for him to do? What is he going to accomplish? He's that good of a manager that he's going to take this Manchester United team and he's going to win the Europa League and get top four, correct?
Bro, you're telling me he's going to get it. I'm telling you my expectation. Whether he's going to achieve it or not is we don't know. Like
Is
I
he
said,
good
he's
enough
not
to
even had
achieve
a
it? That's the
pre-season.
question.
So
He's
what
not had a
happens when a
pre-season.
manager doesn't? What happens when a manager doesn't meet your expectations?
If he doesn't meet it, by the way, that's fine because he's just come in. He's not, like I said, he has not had the pre-season like a Slot, like a Maresca, who have assessed the team. So he still needs time. Let me see what he does, and then you'll see my opinion. I keep it 100. If I see he's doing nonsense, I'm gonna say what it is. And also, yeah, this one thing about because I know he's got a 2-year contract. This thing about you're just gonna want him sacked. Okay, if he, for example, lays the foundation and he starts playing good football, and you can't get us over the line in 2 years, and you can't win a Premier League, okay, bye bye. Go get the next man in, and he can push us over. You see what Barcelona did with Xavi, built the foundation, won them a title. They got Flick, and now they're balling out. Go do that. I do not attach myself to managers. I don't do that. So this fan base went, give it to Ruud or Amorim, or you know how they were so attached to Ten Hag. I don't do that. So, like I said, he's a young manager coming from a Portuguese league. He clearly knows what he's doing in it. He's rated that highly. and we'll see what he does. It's an exciting time.
That's fair. That's fair.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
And our team, by the way, our squad can score goals. Defensively, they're not great, but if he patterns up this defense and we can score goals, yeah, then who's no, bro? We can just outscore teams.
You know, the problem is you're talking like you're gonna be. That's the problem with Man United. Like, fans, some of them, they're talking like they're instantly gonna be better than Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Spurs. Instantly.
No,
And
we're
I'm
not
like,
going to be better than them, of course not. But we have the squad, though. That's my
That's
point.
the problem.
On
You
what
say
basis?
your team. Your team. Okay, I'm not.
Okay, shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you why? I'll tell you why.
Yeah. I'm not
Our
gonna
worst
be-
season, yeah, our worst season, we were literally expected to be way off here. The fact that we got 8th, even though that sounds bad, we should have actually came way lower. That shows, yeah, that these players keep saving this manager, yeah, time in, and they come out of, that individual brilliance out of nowhere, that they score a goal out of nowhere. They keep doing that. So if a manager comes in and he knows that there's quality there, that they can do something out of nothing, if he guides the players, he can do it. Simple as that. Why do you think Tottenham are struggling so much? We're saying, oh, I'm 14th. We're only 2 points behind them. Their best season under Ange, they only finished 6 points behind our worst. So it shows that we actually have a better team than Tottenham. They just have the better manager. Now, if we match that, we will be clear of them.
What are you
Because our
talking
attack will
about?
score.
We scored way more goals than you did last season. What are
That's
you
what I'm
talking
saying.
about?
When we get a new manager and we match it.
So you're telling me it was
You
Ten
just said you
Hag's
don't rate
fault
your
that your
attack. Our
players
attack's
can't
better than
score
yours.
goals?
Huh?
It's Ten Hag's fault that you guys have only scored 8 goals this
It's
season.
Ten Hag's
That's
fault
Ten Hag's
why we broke those records, correct?
Why is that Ten Hag's fault?
Because
your
he's a poor
players miss
manager
chances.
and he doesn't know what he's doing.
How does he cause your players to miss chances?
We're not set out as a team, yeah, to dominate games and to dominate teams, and he does not improve players, and he makes players look like donkeys. That's my point.
Okay. So you're saying that your players need as many chances as Spurs create in order for
No, our
your
players just
donkeys
need
to score?
No, our players need a competent coach here that actually puts a system here for these guys to actually perform, just like what Maresca did for Chelsea and just like what Slot did for Liverpool. That's all I'm asking. A competent system, and then we can do something. I'm not saying win the league, bro. Top 4 in it. Even if we don't get top 4 and we miss out by a few points or 5th or 6th, that's fine.
But do you know that you're 6th in terms of like chances created and XG and stuff like that? You know,
Who?
you guys know.
United?
That. You. Yeah.
I don't
That's
expect
what I'm
it to
talking
be
about,
that
missing
high,
chances.
because we've
How's it
got-
Ten Hag's fault? You guys your players miss chances.
Why is it Ten Hag? We miss. We do not
It's not
create. yet.
Postecoglou's fault that Brendan Johnson is a bad finisher. It's not Postecoglou's fault.
No, but what I'm saying is that with Ten Hag, yeah, even when the players are missing, we do not create consistent amount of chances game in, game out here for us to be saying, oh, it's the players' fault. If we were coached well by Ten Hag and we were actually missing open chances and we're bottling games because of the players, then I can tell you. But I have seen in games where Ten Hag is openly ruining the game with his awful tactics. I've seen it, bro, for 2 years. I've seen it. Yeah.
I get that. I get there's a little bit
Seen
of
it.
both, but like at the same time, like
The records he's broken, by the way, you cannot tell me it's all down to it's not to the players. It's not.
No. Listen, of course, there's always going to be a little bit of on both sides. But the question I've got to ask you is: there's a lot of players now from different eras of managers. How do you expect Amorim to handle that? That's what I want to ask you. Because
How do I expect him to what?
How do you expect him to handle? Because he's got like a bunch of players from different managers right now. No, like,
I expect him. Yeah, you see what your manager did when he said, "Yeah, you're not in my plans. Get out." And I'm gonna either you're gonna play my way, yeah, or I'm just gonna get rid of you. The way how he just got rid of Sterling, Mudryk, keeps it 100. I want him to have a Maresca impact. That's what I want.
Didn't Mudryk just start?
He did.
No, I'm talking about in the
Mudryk-
beginning. That's what
I'm
I
sorry,
want.
like my brain doesn't work in like fantasy worlds where I think
How's it fantasy?
because you literally
How's it fantasy?
like Mo was saying before, you have had more shots than Arsenal per game this season.
What's that got to do
And
with
you're
anything?
saying
Not having
you're
more
saying
shots?
it's the manager's fault that while you have more shots than Arsenal this season, right? Almost as many as you're only 3 shots average per game less than Tottenham or City, 5 less than City per game this season. But yet your shot on target is like
Oh, what's the
is
stats?
5
I'm
points.
confused. I'm confused with the point that you're trying to make with
You
the
have
stats.
5
by the way.
shots per target.
Your
per
players
game,
don't
and
convert
you only
chances
have
that
8
you
goals.
get. It's
But I
not
don't-
that
Your
hard to
players are
understand,
missing
brother.
the
No,
goal.
the I don't do stats. I watch the TV with my eyes, innit, bro? All I'm saying, yeah, when I watch Tottenham, when I watch Arsenal, when I watch Chelsea, when I watch Liverpool, I can see that the
Or
manager
you're
knows what he's
biased and
doing.
you think you want
No,
to
no,
put
I
the
don't
blame
need
on the
to- no,
manager
no, no.
instead of the
I can
players.
see, yeah, with Arteta, with Slot, with Maresca, with all the even your manager Ange and Unai Emery. I don't need the stats to see what he's doing. That they know what they're doing and they've set out a plan, and every player knows what he's doing with the instructions. Forget about us missing chances. Yeah, I've seen us. Yeah, that the formation's all over the place. There's a huge, massive gap in the midfield. Yeah, every single time, and no one is covering it. And don't tell me that Casemiro is openly doing it on purpose and Bruno's not tracking it and things like that. The players follow the manager's instructions. And clearly the instructions are not the right ones. Hence why we are seeing the same mistakes. If we're seeing the same mistakes week in, week out, it's a managerial issue. And even his squad selection, he does not reward players that play well on form. He has his favorites.
It's not what I'm not talking about your guys' build-up play or anything. I'm talking about the chances that you have. You literally top 6 in the league in creating shots on target. On target. Not blinders, blasted over the bar from 35 yards. I'm talking about on target. And yet there's only 2 teams in the league that have finished less chances than you, and that's Southampton and Crystal Palace. So you're creating in the top 6 amount of shots on target in the entire league.
And what about our defense?
Finishing it down there with Southampton and Crystal Palace. Tell me how that's Ten Hag's fault.
It is Ten Hag's fault.
Dude,
It is Ten
I
Hag's
said,
fault.
tell me how it is.
Because I'll tell you why, yeah. The players, like the Rashfords, like the Garnachos, yeah, like the Hoylands, those are his players. He picks the lineup, yeah, and he backs those attackers, yeah. Whether they miss or not, yeah, that's a different thing. Ten Hag picks the players. He believes in those players. There's other players in that team that should be playing way ahead of certain
Tell me how it's
players.
their fault, Ten Hag's fault. They're missing. You guys
Because
are
those are his
creating the
players.
6th most shots on target in the league, and you're finishing it down in 19th place. Tell me how that's
I'm going to ask
possible.
you a question, yeah? Let's say you've got Richarlison and Solanke. Solanke's playing better than Richarlison, but your manager's picking Richarlison because he's got more favourites and he's missing chances. Is that down to the manager or Richarlison? It's down to the manager.
Because he can't finish. If he's
No,
getting
but
the
it's down to the
chances,
manager.
then it's
If
Richarlison's
you know
fault.
you have a better player on the bench here that's available, but you're choosing another player that has less quality, but he's missing chances, it's down to the manager because he's picking him.
Okay, so what
Oh,
players
Nacho
do you
misses
have that are
chances
starting
week
week
in,
in,
week
week out that should be playing that would finish those chances more? It's not Xerxes.
What are you talking about? Xerxes.
What player should Ten Hag have played that wouldn't have missed as many chances?
Ahmed Diallo. Diallo should be playing week in, week out over Garnacho
At striker.
at winger. Because Diallo can create. We don't have enough creators in the team here in the attack. Rashford and
You're
Garnacho.
creating the 6th most chances in the league.
Bro, we don't create. You're talking about stats here. We do not
No,
create.
I'm talking about
chances like
shots
that.
on target, my guy.
No, I'm talking.
But Ahmed, look at the West Ham game, for example. Yeah, I'm gonna this might help all out. Yeah, West Ham, bro, you created so many chances, bro. Yeah, Delho missed an open goal. Like your players were literally missing the open goals. Like absolutely, how much more can Amorim fix that? You know what I mean? Like I don't know how.
We just
Even that Bruno header right before that open goal chance.
Deep-seated
Okay, you're
problem
He was
picking-
right in front of goal, and he's like,
yes.
"Nah, let me put it above the bar."
This isn't even the whole problem, because regardless, the argument that you're making that these are the players that Ten Hag bought, therefore it's also his fault. I hear that, right? If he's the manager that wanted to buy these players that don't perform, that's his fault. Copy that. The issue that now transfers over to Amorim is that, number one, all of those players that you bought have now diminished in value, which means that when you sell them, you're selling them for a loss. Number two, you can't just sell 10 players in a window. No one does that. Number three, number one, who's going to buy them? Number two, who's going to buy them? And then third point, how are you going to replace all of those guys in one window? And what's the likelihood that that's all going to bang in one window? No matter how you want to cut this cookie, to me, Amorim is at least a 2-year project, right? Like,
Exactly.
if I'm United, I'm not sacking him for 24 months no matter what, because to be fair to him, you have to get rid of players that you don't need and you have to bring in players that you need. while operating at a loss with potentially not getting bonuses through competitions. And also FFP is being cracked down. So you can't do the old loopholes that everyone else wanted to do. With those two major issues, I don't know, considering the fact that you just admitted that you don't believe in the player's efficiency that he bought, that you have enough to warrant saying that within 2 years, we're going to be light years ahead of where we are. Because I don't think that it's feasible to fix it in that frame of time. Now, could he do a miracle and I'm going to hold my tongue? Sure, 100%. But I also don't think that I don't think that you can even compare him to Slot, right? I think that that's a super unfair comparison to Amorim because Slot's was a ready-made team, whereas this is not a ready-made team. There are world-class players who are efficient. Again, Maresca, I'm not sure how ready-made Chelsea is. Chelsea just got knocked out of the Carabao Cup.
Well, he made a huge impact to the team.
100%. He's done a fantastic job. But I still think that Maresca is a 24-month project.
Exactly.
I don't see, I mean, unless Chelsea do a wonder and in January they just go out there and they say, fuck it, 200 million on the best goalkeeper in the world and the best center back in the world. But I don't see that happening. It's still a long-term project. That's the thing. Like, you can be as giddy as you want about Amorim, and I respect that for you because as a footballing fan, you've had to endure Ten Hag. But at the same time, you have to come to reality with the situation that you're digging yourself out of a 6-foot hole without a shovel. And
Let me tell you
like
something about Amorim. If you want to, my real opinion on Amorim is going to be this year. You know how you said give a manager 24 months? If he sticks to his principles, that what he's doing, if he sticks to his principles and his style of play, because with Ten Hag, he came from Ajax. We thought he was going to play the Ajax way. Came here and completely diminished it. If he comes in, Amorim, with his own set of players and maybe improves the plays that we have currently, and then he has a style and he has his philosophy. That should be enough for you. That should be enough, right? That should be enough. Yeah. Now, if he does the same thing, if he starts to build a team around the likes of Rashford and Bruno, then that's a disaster waiting to happen, innit? Do you get it? We need to move on from players like that, because we've been trying to build.
But realistically,
do you know
who can he build around? That's not the same, bro. Just to let you before you go.
Better players, not them.
But who? Because the only other guy
that build around Bruno Fernandes.
Can I present to you something that was presented just about 2 hours ago or an hour and a half ago, guys?
Go ahead.
Ruben Amorim has challenged the Manchester United to reunite him with Sporting's Gonzalo Inacio, Marcus Edwards, and Pedro Goncalves. You know what this screams, right? It's the same thing. This guy plays 3-4-3. If you sign players that this guy wants and it doesn't work in a year or two, you're still stuck in the same place.
Yeah.
If the board gives this guy the same players, the same thing.
This is one of the reasons why Liverpool didn't want him, because he wanted full control over Michael Edwards to sign whoever.
You know what the problem is? It's not against him, Das. You know what, Das? It's not against him. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, for sure.
I am still stating the same thing. Ineos do opposite to what they say. Since the takeover, they say we're not going to give managers power. They sign players that I believe it's either Dutch or were coached under Ten Hag. We're not going to sign a manager. We're going to build a team around Manchester United image, not the manager. Now, if they go out and sign players that I think they should build around the manager. This is just my opinion. But just don't go out in the media and tell that we'll build around your the image of the club, because you're going to give the manager what he wants, all what he wants. For me, I always believe that the manager should get what he wants, not what the club wants, by the way. Because managers play the way they want, not what the club wants.
Exactly.
But again, it's going to be tricky. I think Amorim is gonna turn it around at Man United. How much? It's actually going to depend on who they sign for him and which players are going to get out. And also, it's very important that Man United, that player power. For example, if Bruno is forced to start or Rashford is forced to start, I think he's going to fail.
100%. That's why I said.
I think he's going to fail.
That's why them two players need to bounce. Do you get it? That's why they need to bounce.
If he's forced to play a Casemiro, if he's forced to play an Odegaard because it has to work because of the money, I think it will fail. That's the thing. But listen, we're going to move to Arsenal in the last part of the show. Hit the like, guys. Listen to Luke. We still have over 550 people here. I want to get to 300 likes now. Guys, hit that like button. Nilet Pal here is saying, also, Diallo was saying, what is this Niger Gunnar being? Man is cooking. Big up Kanebi, of course, first time in months. He's been on the channel. I didn't plan it this way. Man United fans were gassing Erik ten Hag when he was coming, now doing the same thing. Don't regret what you wish for.
Again, why is he not thinking about the opposite? You see, that's what I mean. With rival fans, yeah, they're always going to cling on to the negative, innit? Because no one knew that Maresca would turn it around. Yes, it's early on in the season. No one expected Slot to do what he's doing because Klopp's drop off would. So fair enough. You're the minority then, probably. So that's fair. That's fair enough to you, yeah. But just because it didn't work with Ten Hag and it didn't like, so what? It didn't work with Ten Hag.
I'm gonna counter this from a devil's advocate. It didn't work with Moyes, Van Gaal, Oli, Mourinho, and Erik ten Hag. The difference is when people say Maresca is not gonna turn it around, it's like they're hesitant. Well, Thomas Tuchel came in and won a Champions League. You know, Graham Potter didn't work. Yes, Pochettino didn't work. Yeah, there was a little bit of a history here. But for Man United, the question is, which was presented by Man United fans, why every manager that joined the club leave in a worse status?
You have to talk about you have to talk about the managers we got as well, because with David Moyes, that was never a good appointment. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was never fit to be the manager. That one was just like, that was a sentimental appointment. Mourinho is a manager that was always going to be short term. He never stays at a club for that many seasons. Van Gaal was essentially the only guy who actually had a plan, but they just sacked him. So that's down to the owners, which I agree. And who else did we get? Ralph was interim period. And who else did we get? I mean, Ten Hag, he messed it up. So we'll see in it. Amorim, he's a
I give you a hard time because you talk a lot of guff, but you have
it's not because I provide context and you have no realize it. Amorim is a completely different profile of manager that we have gotten compared to the other guys. If you actually look at it, completely different profile. So it's an anomaly.
No,
we don't.
I think from a style of play standpoint, you can say that, but I think it's yet to be seen if he's gonna do the same thing as the previous guys did.
We'll see. Nilo Talier saying, when was the last time United was in the conversation for a major trophy? 2012.
And who does this guy support as well? Is he a Guna?
Liverpool.
Is that Liverpool? Tell me how many league titles he's witnessed. That's
how many major trophies? 2. Actually, 4. 4 major trophies.
We've still got the same amount of trophies as Liverpool, by the way. You know what? That's funny.
Different sizes, though.
What?
We've got the same amount of trophies as Liverpool.
Different sizes.
We still got the same amount of trophies as you. So
one's a small.
We got more league titles than you.
Girls at a club, but you went home.
We got more league titles
than people that weighed 400 pounds, and he went home with 4 supermodels. Dude, like, come on, bro.
You support Tottenham, bro. You don't even have a trophy, man. Flipping.
I'm not the one out here saying that I have the same level of trophies as Liverpool.
Listen. We shouldn't be talking about trophies when I'm here.
Fucking. That's like kind of like a wild analogy, but fine. Okay, so back to the Gooners thing, guys. Hit that like button.
Please.
Guys, we're not going to stay for long. Like the video, guys. Let's get to 300 likes. Nwaneri, Arsenal play Newcastle on the weekend. Talk to me, Mike.
Listen, I'm just going to say this to all the Arsenal fans out there. It reminds me of when Stefan Bajcetic came into Liverpool at a time where our midfield was so horrendous that an 18-year-old who could do the fundamental basics of football looked like prime Steven Gerrard. And all of a sudden, everyone's head was on fire, thinking that this guy is the second coming. To me, after the performance against Preston North End, it feels very similar. That's not a knock on the player. I think that he's incredibly talented. But at the same time, it's kind of crazy to just be like, yo, throw him in against Newcastle. He's the answer. He's the solution. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Obviously, missing Odegaard has been massive for this midfield in terms of offensive creativity. You've been heavily reliant on the wings, and you really only have one winger of quality in your entire team. And Havertz has not been the same player as last season. But I don't think it's the time to get on the giddy horse and say that this guy is the truth. He's the answer. He's a teenager. You just end up putting more pressure on him. Does he deserve a start? Probably, considering how poor everyone in the midfield has been. But I think that Arsenal's in the mentality that like this is the solution until Odegaard comes back, and I think that you're just jumping the gun because it doesn't make sense to me. It's Preston North End, like it's I don't even know if they're a championship side. They might even be below championship. They might even be they might even be League One. Kid's great player, but he's doing the fundamental basics right, and that makes him look like he's a Ferrari. Because no one in your midfield has been doing the fundamental basics of offensive midfield creativity right, i.e. Liverpool being the prime example. We gave you guys the ball 800 times. Trent Alexander-Arnold literally passed it to Declan Rice 14 times. You did absolutely nothing. You created one open play goal, and it was your center back who made the assist, not even your midfielder. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to shit on him, but at the same time, it just reminds me of the whole Stefan hype that I had to experience, where it's like the kid's good, but he's doing like a C job, and we're acting like he's a A+++ student.
Bro, they're saying he's better than
No,
Kobe.
I love this thing more, right?
But
Hold
one
on,
thing I
hold
will
on.
say before you go, bro, yeah, I don't even think he's gonna start against Newcastle, knowing
No, he's
the way
not.
that.
No, he's not.
I just knowing the way this.
The brother
Arteta
couldn't get a
moves-
start against Bournemouth, Leicester,
Fans want him
Southampton.
to.
You think he's going to
But
start
fans
against
want him.
Newcastle? Come on.
But why
And,
not,
like,
though?
I love this thing, by the way, that you guys do, where like you pull all the Arsenal fans into one group, and it's like, yes, all of you think this. Relax yourselves, all right? Relax yourselves.
We're just used to hearing the same
Because some
thing.
of us
That's-
are actually realistic.
We just used to listen to Dyer, so we just think he's the guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, fair
Hold on, so
enough.
what is your opinion? It's your first time on the channel. You're talking about Arsenal. What is your opinion then?
No, I mean, here's the thing, right? We've been playing terrible football this season, except for one game, and that's PSG. In the league and Champions League, it's been dreadful to watch. And it's almost like Arteta's scared in the second half to do anything because of, I don't know, maybe it's PTSD from the last 2 seasons. I don't understand. I've given this example a couple times on different channels, right? So bear with me if you've heard this. But at my day job, I work with a lot of tradespeople. I work in conjunction with a lot of tradespeople, you know, constructing buildings and all that. You need both the apprentices and the journeymen to build the building and finish it off. The apprentices do a lot of the groundwork, but in order to actually finish the building, you need a journeyman. And why I say this is because Arteta so far, he's laid a good foundation at the club. You know, we're back to where we're supposed to be, challenging for league titles, but maybe he's just not that journeyman to get us over the line. And this season is make or break. Because if he does not get, I don't care about League Cup, I don't care about FA Cup. I'm not saying like I don't want them, I do want them. But for me, if he does not win a major this season, he just needs to walk. He needs to do a Gareth Southgate and just be like, you know what? Maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe I need to go get experience, and then perhaps I'll be back.
Can I ask you a question then? Yeah. Do you think a lot of what's going on, obviously I know it's injuries and stuff, do you think that's also then Arteta really, like, you know, he's feeling the pressure because he knows it's kind of like maybe a make or break season for him, maybe even for some of the players? Do you think that's like what's like kind of like causing a lot of the stuff in terms of his decision making? I would say most of the
100%. But here's the thing, Ahmed. Elite managers still get the win and get the 3 points, or at least not lose when it comes to those. And the thing is, we have a 22-man squad. It also goes back to the board. It also goes back to the ownership. Now, I don't want to hear this, oh, but you guys have spent 800 million. Just like Will, I'll say the same thing. Maybe it was spent on crap players. Why not go out and buy world-class players? You had the money for it.
I
but
think
they
you
didn't
bought
do
a lot
that.
of crappy players.
Right. Nuno Tavares. Fabio Vieira. Am I supposed to win the league with these boys?
Gabriel Jesus.
Raheem Sterling.
Gabriel
Am I a
Jesus.
prick? I'm the prick because I said I didn't. I rated this transfer window we just had after being 2 points behind City last season. 2 points we lost the league by. 2 points. Who did we buy? A defender, Calafiori. A goalkeeper, Norberto Neto. Mikel Merino, a holding midfielder, and Raheem Sterling. But
Who
I'm
would
the
you rather
prick because I
have?
called this out.
Raheem,
Come on, man.
Yeah, but the thing is that the Marino one I'll give to you, but you lost Aaron Ramsdale, so you needed another goalkeeper. Do you really think that you would be happy with having Zinchenko back there for a whole nother season? So I think that was a must need. You had to replace him somehow. He's a depth player at best because. In fact, I'm actually jealous of you because I needed a left back because my starting left back is my 4th choice, but my manager doesn't see that. The only one that I say that Arsenal should really complain about is Marino. But unfortunately, Arteta views Kai Havertz as this hybrid striker and he still trusts the likes of Martinelli and
Yeah,
Gabriel
but
Jesus.
that's a mistake,
even
right?
think
That's
that
a mistake. I'm not
100%.
complaining about the other players, guys.
I don't even think
I'm
the
not
Mourinho signing was
complaining that
bad
we bought
because
those
Thomas
players.
Partey's
I'm just saying we needed
unreliable.
more.
Thomas
I'm
Partey's
just saying we
unreliable.
needed more. And like
No,
we
but-
made a profit, just like Liverpool, we made a profit that transfer window. We made 10 million net profit. I don't know.
We made
Maybe
40.
just go over the line a little bit, and then I don't know. We could talk about
What really
winning this
surprised me? What really surprised me was just
I just don't see it.
When you lost Vieira, I know he's not been good for you guys. I was like, the only guy that's literally left here is Odegaard in that position. Like, why have you not guys not
Right.
even gone in? No one. Why did no one go in to get?
There's
so
no
then,
Saka
like,
backup either.
exactly.
You have
Saka
no
backup
attacking.
either.
No,
There's
no, no. You have
No
you have
Saka.
zero attacking depth across the entire board.
And it's
Zero.
Look at Liverpool's attacking depth. It's madness.
Yeah,
It's
it's
probably
insane.
the best attacking depth in the whole league. Maybe
Except for
Chelsea, you
Darwin.
could argue.
Except for Darwin, but yes.
because you
Yeah,
at least have
fair
one
enough.
one-to-one, Das, right? You have like a one-to-one. Even Chelsea,
Well,
I know
except
not
for
as good as
right wing,
yours.
because
Yeah, you don't
because
really have a
Chiesa-
striker backup.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, but like even
Jota,
like,
but he's kind of
even for us,
Well,
I know that
Jota
my
is the one.
we even us have backups. I think even what United have some. I think some level of good enough depth, like Amad Diallo, Anthony, not really, but you get what I mean, right? But like, it just surprised me. Like, you know, you have so much defensive stuff. Like, you got so many defenders. Like, if one goes, you still got another good one there. Midfield, you could probably make this. I think so.
I don't even think they have defender depth.
No.
Arsenal has defender depth.
Yes,
Yeah, they got,
yes,
yes, they
yes.
have. They have too much
More than
defenders.
most people.
Yeah, more than most.
First of
people.
all, no, but first of all, the
Who do they
Arsenal
have in depth
shape,
and center back?
Arsenal shape is depth enough. Like
Yes.
Kiwior, not that great. Smith, Kelly, whatever his name is, he's way too young. But you've got
Kelly, yeah.
Zinchenko and Calafiori. You've got Timber. You have Gabriel. You have
Saliba.
Saliba.
White.
You have Ben White. You have Tomiyasu, who's injury prone, but you still have him.
Timber's
Um,
injury prone, has hardly played since he came.
Yes,
to the club.
but also like defense is not just the back line. Defense is
Exactly.
also the midfield, and you have Marino, and you have Declan Rice, and you have Partey. Like
They have
I
a-
think
they have a ton of
Jorginho,
defensive
you still have-
midfielders. I'll give
you
him that.
still have- you still have
but the
Jorginho
thing
as
is
well.
the
Yeah.
thing is that the midfield is the first line of defense. Like when Klopp was here and our defense was getting shredded and Virgil van Dijk was getting made fun of, it's like, why are you going to look at the center back when no one in the midfield is defending? It's very unfair. You're not looking at this.
But for me in the midfield, they have a ton of sixes, I think. Right?
Yes, and no
But
10.
It's arguable that they have not a single 8 and 110.
No, but here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. We got rid of ESR, Vieira, Reece Nelson, and Nketiah. That's 4 attacking players. We did not buy one single attacking-minded
100%.
player
I know that's my
this transfer window.
point.
So,
which is the
oh,
point. like-
sorry, Sterling. Oh my God.
And also,
That was here.
like I think another point that needs to be said is how much Arsenal rely on the creativity from their set pieces. Whether you're scoring directly from the cross that comes into the box or you're scoring on the passage of play that follows a free kick, that's an issue. How reliant they have become on set piece goals, on set piece deliveries.
I hear that all the time, but it's not true at all because we've scored 4 set piece goals in all competitions this season. So I don't understand where the set piece FC thing comes from.
But the thing is,
Because
I say it
games
myself,
that
right?
you've
There's
won-
this banter, but
exactly, you have won game winners with those set piece goals.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, just one though. So we won one
Set piece
game
goal.
because of a set piece.
Yeah, you have 13 goals from open play. That open play also comes from plays off of set pieces, which is another like 4 or 5 of those 13 have come from like the second or third touch from a set piece. Right? So just because it's not directly the first touch after the corner doesn't necessarily mean that it's open play. When we talk about, I mean, they are technically, statistically open play goals because they didn't come directly from the set piece. But I'm talking about goals that you have created through build up and all of those things are not as many as the top teams. Just look at your shots on target per game. You guys are
That's
like,
fair enough. And that's
you know.
that also comes down to what I said earlier, where it's like Arteta maybe is just too scared. Like, do you guys remember how we were playing 2 seasons ago? The first time we did a title charge, 8 points ahead, and then we bottled it. I will say that, yes, we did bottle it.
Yeah.
You guys remember how we were playing that season? It
Scintillating football.
It was amazing football, and it was amazing to watch as well. And now we've just almost reverted back to like
you're really, by
opposite.
the way, you're really ignoring the circumstances at all, right?
No,
red
but
cards,
here's the
how
thing.
tough
Yeah,
the
Here's the
team
thing.
A
played.
lot of adversity. Arsenal have faced more adversity
Like you
in
wanna,
these 9
you,
games than they
like
have in the last 5 years.
the problem is your angle. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of how Arsenal played this season, but you're painting a very black picture, bro. Here, like a very, very dark picture that there is no light, bro.
No, I'm
You're
not saying
painting
that.
a
I'm not
very,
saying
very dark picture right here, bro. You have to remember. Again, it's Aston Villa. You went to Villa Park and dominated position, and you were on the front foot. Yes, you conceded 2 chances, but you dominated Villa away from home, which is nobody did last season, including Man City.
It's
You
true.
were at their best. Okay, so you did dominate them at their ground. You went to Manchester City, and I would argue, if it wasn't for the red card, I would argue Arsenal would have won. It's an if some buts,
Probably.
but you were the better team. And you defended heroically until the last minute, which is whatever. Against Spurs, you went to their ground. Fair enough. You defended deep. I'll give you this, right? That maybe he could have. But nobody, I'm going to repeat again, no one, including Man City, go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and dominate position and play in the front foot under Ange Postecoglou. No one. That includes Chelsea with 1 man up, right? No one, basically, right? I'm going to give him the excuse here, Arteta. The other games, maybe Brighton, you should have done better. Maybe Bournemouth with 10 men should have gone for it. But you're painting a really dark picture for no... There are reasons, but also we have to wait and see how he plays against... For example, you're playing against Newcastle. Are you going to go and expect you to dominate position? Yes. Because Newcastle, even against Spurs literally pinned him at their 18. That was reality. Yes, they lost the game, but you have way better defenders than Spurs. You're painting a very dark picture. It is context. Yes, I am not the biggest fan of the way you played, but it's not that dark, bro. The picture.
Mo,
No, but here's the thing. Here's why I said what I said, right? Because you can see it in certain games. Liverpool first half, we dominated them, and thus you can agree with
Yes,
me.
yeah,
yes,
We
absolutely.
looked the better side.
not
But in the
Yes.
second half, we come out and we look terrible. We looked
Saka had 3 touches in the
Abysmal.
second half.
right. He had 3 touches. And here's the
Abysmal
thing.
is kind of a stretch, but fine.
No, it is. It's not. Because
Abysmal
the
is
first
kind of...
35
What is
minutes,
that? What do you mean abysmal?
the first 35 minutes in that second half, we did nothing. We did absolutely fuck all.
And what did
Gave
Liverpool
Martinelli
do?
the ball, and he would shoot.
What
up the
did
left
Liverpool
side.
do?
I mean, not much, to be honest.
Actually,
with
I
you.
disagree with you. Do
We
you know what,
equalized.
when Liverpool scored, and I repeat that, do you know where the line was? The back line, halfway line.
Yeah, that's
There
what
was
I'm
40
saying, though. So we sit back for the first 35 minutes of the second half,
We
and then
reaching
last
them out.
15 minutes is when we're like, oh yeah, no, let's go for it, guys. And then that's where they scored.
So which one do you
was that,
want?
the
I
first
don't
15 minutes
understand.
of the
Which one
second
do you
half?
want? Which one do you want? You want him to sit back or try to press? Because he pressed.
No, I want him to play for the first 35 minutes of the second half, and then maybe just try to win the game in the last 15. That's what pragmatic teams do.
But
That's
just
what
to add a
smart
little
people
bit of
do. When you know you're about to win, you absorb the pressure.
to add a little bit of context, Mo, to the whole doom and gloom. I think that we often overlook the fact that the margin that we're talking about is 2 points. We're talking about 1 game. That's the margin to win the league title for the last 3 years. 1 game. So from an Arsenal perspective, with the way that things have gone so far this season and the issues that they have, it seems to be logical that they would be this doom and gloom, because you're talking about 2 points, potentially 1 point. You're talking about one result that could change whether or not you win the title. For the last 3 seasons, that's the way it's been. So while, yes, objectively, 2 points is like not something to freak out about, in the context of the title race, unfortunately, that's just the scenario that we're in now, where it literally comes down to one performance not going the right way because you have ignored certain holes in your team, and you're justified to be outraged by those holes. And if there's a time to be outraged by it, it's 9 games into the season. Now, yes, you do need to add the context of the red cards and the fact that you're missing Odegaard and the fact that Arteta has not faced any of this kind of adversity through his previous 2 title charges, because essentially you guys were fully healthy. No one was suspended. Same starting 11, week in, week out. Yes, you did have Granit Xhaka, who I don't think that you've replaced yet, and who was around when you were playing your best football. But ultimately, it's 2 points here. So, like, the doom and gloom makes sense because of how fine the margin is.
I mean, if we want to win the league this season, those type of performances is what gets you. I don't want to be sitting there in May and talking about, oh, but you guys remember that Bournemouth performance? Oh, if only Saliba didn't get a red card. Oh man, the refs have an agenda against us. 115. No. Maybe just take the game by the scruff of the neck and do what you're supposed to do. And the thing is, even in that Liverpool game, in the first half, we had chances to put that game to bed, but we didn't take them because we have players like Martinelli.
Can I ask you a question then? Do you think you're going to win against Newcastle away from home? You have Saka back, you have Saliba back. You think you're going to win against...
Yep.
No. You expect or you think?
No, I think we will.
Yeah, you think you're better than Newcastle away from home?
See. Look, I agree with him to a point, right? Like if my expectation was for us to challenge and possibly win the league, I wouldn't be happy with our performances this season either. To be honest, I think that if that's your expectation, if that's your thought that you're good enough to win the league, that I wouldn't be happy with them either. Just like I'm not happy with the Tottenham performance this year, and I don't even expect us to win the league. So, but you also have. But to say that you think you're going to beat Newcastle, I don't think it's going to be that easy. Like Newcastle has lost. Newcastle has lost to teams that create lots of chances, and you guys don't have a team that does that.
Because you just lost. That's different.
I just wanted to play the B team.
I get what Will is saying, to be honest. Expectations. However, but Will, expectations are different than what we think is going to happen. I expect my team to win every game.
It didn't work out, yeah.
Okay, so if I was looking at my team from
what
last
do I
season
think is going to happen?
No one wants to talk about it because it doesn't fit the agenda.
And if I wasn't, hold on.
What do I think? Yes,
2 years ago, Arsenal played really good football. They had a really good attacking team.
It was an amazing until Partey and Saliba got injured. Everything fell apart.
Yeah. Then last season, they played what I think was probably the most balanced, right? Maybe the first half of the season was a bit shaky, but the second half of the season, they had both defense and attack that were kind of locked in and key, and they did far better than I expected Arsenal to do. This season, though, look, I would be frustrated too if I was an Arsenal fan, simply for the fact, like you said, that you're going and you're sitting back, and you're not really coming out, you're not really trying to play the game for 35 minutes, and then you go try to rush it in the last, 10 to 15 minutes, and sometimes it's going to work, and sometimes it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like the Tottenham game. You can't tell me that you expect those type of results to happen for 38 games in the season. It's just not going to happen, right? That you win by 1 goal in the last 10 minutes of a game from a set piece. Like those are the small odds. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would be worried that you got Man City that are beating teams 3 and 4-0, 3-3.
But they are in this season, though. But they are in this season.
What do you mean?
Man City are in this season.
Most of their games have been,
they're the kings of comebacks this season, Man City.
Yeah, but they're still scoring goals, is my point.
They're getting the job done. The thing is, they're getting the job done.
20 goals in 9 games.
Only scored more than 2 goals, 2 games this entire season, and that was against Leicester and Southampton.
Well, they scored 20 goals, to be fair, to be honest.
For everyone's in the chat who keeps saying red card, I want you to ask yourself, before the red card at the Bournemouth game, how many shots did Arsenal have 11v11? The answer is 1. Was it on target? No. Before the red card against Brighton, were you looking like that you were just dominating the field and you were the better team, bar none? No, you weren't. So even if you look at the red cards, before you got the red card, it's not like it changed the narrative of the game that much. You had 1 shot, not on target before the red card, and then you got your only shot on target when Martinelli missed a sitter directly in front of goal that would have put you up 1-0 and would have changed the entire game. But you know what? That's just what you get when you start Martinelli week in, week out. So you can sit there and you can say the whole 10-man straw man argument, but then you're just ignoring the context of the game before you went down to 10 men. And ultimately, I don't want to, I hate to be that guy, but other teams have gone down to 10 men and gotten results. Liverpool last year with 10 men Yes, we
Newcastle,
lost the Spurs. We lost the Spurs, but we beat Newcastle. We beat Bournemouth with 10 men. We beat Crystal Palace with 10 men when Alexis McAllister got sent off, or maybe it wasn't Palace. It might have been another team. Might have been Brentford. But you need to find ways to win games with 10 men. And if you look worse with 11 men than you do with 10 men, that's a problem. And ultimately, in my mind, at least with the Bournemouth game, they looked way worse with 11 than they did with 10. And the facts prove that. So it's like you can point at red cards all you want, but Arsenal have not been convincing with 11 men either. Because last time I checked, you had 11 men against Liverpool for the entire game.
No, but my fans tell me that, oh, God, bro, it's only our second loss of the calendar year. Why are you so mad about this? I don't know. Maybe because I want my team to win. I haven't seen a league title since 2004. I've been supporting the team since the double in 2002. So maybe I just want to win. And maybe I don't want to just find excuses for everything. Red card or not, we should be beating Bournemouth with 10 men. Come on. But I'm the prick, you know what I mean? It's fine.
I guess we'll see if City beat Bournemouth this week or not. They don't have most of their players. Simple. City don't have most of their players. Yes, you should beat Bournemouth away from home. The problem is, how many times you're going to sit here and say, okay, we're 6 points behind. If Arsenal don't win next two games and Man City win, and it's a big if.
It's done, bro. Arsenal.
I think City are missing like 7 of their starters.
No. City don't have 11 players fit.
Yeah,
don't have 11.
But they all. I mean, but they still have starters. Like they have Foden, Bernardo Silva, John Stones, and I think maybe that's it in terms of.
Haaland is still out.
And Haaland. So 5, because you're gonna have to put Rico Lewis at right back, Ake at left back. So I guess Ake is also included. Ortega in goal, Gundogan in midfield. I don't know. I saw LB do it, and I'm like, that's honestly insane that that's the only team that they're able to field with essentially no backups because Savio's now hurt. I mean, I'm sorry, Savinho, whatever his name is.
So why are we putting so you know how everyone's saying Arsenal is not that good and they're playing. Why are we putting them in the title thing then? If that's the case, why are we putting them in the title?
It was still good enough. And maybe we can turn it around.
If they played way
better. Wow, Ahmed, good question.
No, because think about it. Everyone's acknowledging that, the manager is just a foundation guy. They don't have the elite manager. Which everything he said, yeah, this is what I said, and I was getting cooked. But like I said, it's because I'm a United fan, and so maybe it hurts a little bit more. But they've literally played better football last season and the season before that, and they still came short. So why do you think you're going to do it this season? Based on what? Playing more defensive?
No, but here's the thing. You know the journeyman apprentice thing example I gave you guys, right? The thing is, in order to be a journeyman, you need to be an apprentice first. I'm not saying he can't jump the level, but I need to see it this season or fuck out my club, man. It's enough. Yeah. 5 years is enough. And 800 million is also enough backing. And he basically gets say on who he wants and who he doesn't want and X, Y, and Z. He wanted Havertz. You got Havertz, bro. You wanted Jesus. You got Jesus. What is he doing? Oh, he scored a goal yesterday, though, guys. It's all fixed. Jesus is back, guys. No, I'm not one of those fans.
So that's why I'm saying. That's why, yeah, I'm not trying to make it because when people said, "Oh, but he's trying to get his ex-players," Arteta went and got Jesus. He went and got flipping what's his name, Zinchenko. All that's saying it. And Sterling as well. So we can't play this card about Thingy got this manager from an ex-player. It's not going to always work out. But an ex-manager who is touted as he's going to win this league or he's going to be challenging, he's doing the same thing. So we have to keep the energy consistent in it. But it'll be funny if they don't win it, though. It'll be hilarious because, yeah, it's either that or the Champions League. And they're not going to win either in it. So they need to get a new manager, I guess, and get someone like Flick. I don't even know if that's available on the market, but... Yeah,
not. Let me address something in the chat before we get out of here. People that are in the chat, Mafia, Luke Skywalker, all the people that are here all the time, you guys are arguing really, really in a strange... international fans, this argument is dead. I promise you guys, it's super dead. It's 2024. Grow a pair. Just get over yourself, everyone. It's a straight question. It's not like this thing, international fans, international fans, just get over it, bro. Football is not football without being soccer in America and without being football in Germany, because international fans are the ones that bring the money. Clubs in England basically make money because international fans pay for broadcasting. If we leave the Premier League and nobody watches the Premier League, no player will ever play in the Premier League again. It's very simple. The money from the Premier League, 80% of the money that comes to every club is about sponsorships that come from international fans that watch the games on TV and don't go to the games. The people that go to the stadiums, yes, they make the stadium great, but at the end, very simple, without international fans, there won't be
A
football.
Premier League.
England.
There's only
the locals
there-
are here. The locals are here having, isn't it?
there's only 750,000 people that live in
Imagine,
Manchester.
imagine the money that is coming to your team is only the people that watch the league in England or the people who go to the
You would have
stadium.
no money.
How
would have
can
no
you
money.
afford? How can you afford buying any players?
Imagine seeing Ahmed at the stadium. Local United fan.
That's
Oh my
it, bro.
God.
So
Bro,
people,
come on,
There,
man.
there
this
was there was a
notion.
stat. There was a stat that came out a few years ago that Tottenham has 3 million. Tottenham has 3 million fans in the UK, and they have 150 million fans worldwide. Do you think Tottenham would have been able to afford to do anything that they do, or any of the Premier League teams that would be able to afford anything that they do without international fans?
There's only
Your
68
clubs would all
million
be
people
in the mud.
in the UK. You're like the size of a large state in the United States. There's no way that you would be able.
Not
to-
only
to-
Asia, bro, China. The people that watch the games in China, the numbers are freaking nuts.
There's not even a
Japan.
million. There's not even a
Listen,
million
respect the
people
fish and chips
in
UK, man.
Liverpool.
Respect it, man. Come on.
There's not
Yeah.
even a million
Yeah,
people
not
in,
back
in,
in
in
local, man. What's
Liverpool
going on,
or
man?
Back
Manchester.
my local, man. They got money.
Honestly, it's insane.
6 million people live in the city that I live in. So
Do you live in
Can I
New York?
just say something real
I
quick?
live in
For
Atlanta.
those people in the chat calling me a fake
There you
fan of
go.
that. First of all, just because every club has deficiencies, okay? Just because you call out those deficiencies and, turn a blind eye to everything that's wrong with the club doesn't mean it makes you a real fan.
That's YouTube,
Maybe
though,
it makes
innit?
you a real
Like,
fan to see all the deficiencies and call those out because that's what you do when you want your team to win. Why do you think these United fans were moaning and complaining about Ten Hag? Because they saw he was bad. And now look at him, smiling like they've just won the lottery. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Man,
All I
I'm
have
not-
to say is one thing.
Match-going fans
The
don't-
match, guys,
don't
the
protest.
match day accounts for less than 20% of the club's income.
100%.
18%, 219. Now it is 12% of the income of the football club. So just get over yourself. Get over yourself, people. Luke here is saying most clubs' revenue come from international TV revenues and merchandise sales from international fans.
100%.
Simple. It's very simple.
Mhm.
If you deny that, you're just being deluded. Yes, you built a club and the local fans are important to go to the stadiums. But at the end, here you go, Mr. Happy saying 14%. Would you be able to afford wages if nobody watches the league? Anyway, simple. Listen, people, I want to appreciate everyone that is here. The Bridge Nation is always one of the channels, the first ones on the description as well. Matchday Guru, Arsenal guy is here with us. V is here. AA United. This channel, we have to revive this channel now. Khalas, Ten Hag is out. You'll have to do shows all the time.
Oh, bro.
You'll have to do shows all the time.
I'm so
We're
happy.
gonna start doing Amorim prop. We're gonna start doing Amorim prop,
I
yeah?
expect to see that goal ratio go way up. No.
Bro, don't worry, it's coming, by the way. Don't worry. When we knock you out, bro, and the Carabao Cup is going to come, bro. Don't
Yeah,
worry,
we'll
man.
see.
I'm
We'll
looking
see.
forward
We'll
to
see
that
about
game. I cannot
Listen,
wait to see Rude.
you know
Or,
it-
or we pump you
yeah.
3-0 again.
Listen, all I'm saying, yeah, I'm just saying, anyhow, Amorim cooks. I'm going to be the most unbearable guy on YouTube. I'm telling you.
course.
The most
No, I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
be
come to
unbearable
our place this
I'm
time.
You're gonna be
I'm gonna be
Come to
this
our ground.
guy.
Apparently, we
You're
play
gonna be
really good
humble.
at
You're going to
home.
be 3 inches from the
Ahmed,
camera.
Listen,
Looking like you're in a
Ahmed's gonna be
cave.
humble on Sunday. Ahmed's gonna be humble on Sunday. On Sunday, you're not gonna be like this.
listen, we'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be there, bro. That Casemiro.
Yeah, listen.
So your favorites to come to our ground and beat us in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, bro, I'm confident against Tottenham, man. Come on. What did Fergie say? It's only
You,
Tottenham.
you were
Come on,
confident
man.
before he pounded you 3-0 at your ground. Like,
Yeah, but that was
our
Ten
worst.
Hag. Will. Ten Hag.
doesn't count.
You
No, it
can
doesn't.
have that little victory.
Bro,
by
I
the way.
piped them. I piped them 7-0 at home. It does not count anymore because Ten Hag isn't there.
And they were still
Yeah,
Ten Hag in at that point.
You can beat me 7-0, but my star boy knocked your guy, your manager, and he's doing canoeing now. He's tired. He's tired. He finished
we're
him
gonna
off,
go
by the
there.
way. He finished him.
Bro,
He
Jurgen-
finished-
it's like that
Jurgen
Casemiro
doesn't
wonder
make
goal
I
too, when
score
he's
more
a player
than
within
Jurgen-
5 yards
Jurgen
when they
doesn't-
put it
Wait,
in the top
what's the
corner.
thing?
Jurgen doesn't care.
Why
Jurgen
is this?
makes
Can
10
we?
million a year.
Okay. I just turn
I
and
wanna
I'm
know-
like
I wanna know why
redirecting to someone,
Casemiro's
and I come
goal-
back. There's a new argument going on.
I want to know why
somehow.
Casemiro's goal is a wonder
this is the
goal
guy that
because he
retired
hits it
Klopp, by the way. This is the
completely
guy that
unmarked
retired him.
from 20
John.
yards. Tell me
John.
how. I want to hear why Casemiro's goal is better than Pav Metasar's goal on the same day. Tell me
Who-
why.
What's he talking about? What's that? Yeah,
No,
that was-
Sargo
top
was
corner,
so easy
bottom
as well.
corner. Top corner, bottom corner.
yeah,
Okay, so what's
Casemiro's
more
better than the whole-
difficult?
your whole
Putting
club,
it in
man.
the top corner completely unmarked, or literally bending it over a foot from outside of the post
Did
and
any of-
tucking it underneath the goalkeeper's arm?
Did
Which is
any
a
of
more
your players
difficult
score
shot?
in the final?
Top corner, well.
No, it's not.
The
Stop it.
Casemiro goal.
Top
is-
corner, well.
I've watched 13-year-old kids put it in top corner over and over and over and over again.
No.
What are you talking
come
about?
on now.
Same distance. Now, I'm not even kidding. My son in our backyard has socks that
No,
hang
we're
in the
not
top
doing this.
corner.
So what's
and
he
he can
comparing
put
that?
them
What's
from that
this?
far completely
See,
unmarked.
my DM's
He
got
had no
people
pressure
rattled,
at
man.
all.
You see this, Mo? My DM's got people rattled.
No, I want to
telling
know
you.
why it's better.
What do you mean? Who's Pablo
Why
Sarr?
was
by the way? Who's that?
Casemaro's goal?
Pablo
Casemiro's goal better than Pav Metasar?
Who's that?
This is fucking crazy.
Top corner is literally the
I don't even know
easiest
who that
place
is,
to put
bro.
it.
No. We're
Yeah.
not doing that. No, it's hard. Well, no.
Why
it's
is
the
it hard?
toughest.
We keep
It's
opening.
very
cans
tough to
of
keep.
worms.
Okay, anyway, we have to finish the show. Well, I have to finish
It's
the show,
not
guys.
hard to keep it under the bar from 30 yards away. It's not.
It's definitely hard.
Yo, Mo, I've actually clocked it. I know why he said Son's better than Hazard. You know that Hazard goal that he scored that ruined Tottenham's title race, by the way. Remember that
Yes.
last game?
Yes.
That's why he hates Hazard. It makes sense now.
No.
Sensational.
It makes
no.
sense. I'm telling you. Listen, Will, I'm catching you out, by the way. Don't go anywhere. Catching you out.
I
How
literally
about
do
Mafia?
things based on
Mafia, how
actual
about I
facts.
make you a moderator, bro? This moderator thing is not like a badge of honor, people. It's just really to regulate the chat. How about that? Can we stop this this bullshit in the chat, people?
Notion.
Seriously.
This notion.
I can literally demod everyone and just get new mods. Anyway,
All right.
I want to
I've
thank
got
everybody
Termo
that
there.
joined us. Yeah, see you, Ahmed. We're done. Thank you, everybody that is being here. We'll see you guys soon. Guys, we are 11 likes away from 300. I want to appreciate everyone that super chatted. Appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. We'll see you guys soon. We're out of here, people.
Big up, big up.